everyone, welcome back to Poppin In with Molly and Alexa. I'm Alexa.
I'm Molly.
And today we have a very special guest. She's screaming, she's kicking her little feet. Yes! Her name is Tonya with the Tonya.
That's right. Hi.
And she is here to talk about reality TV, her favorite, Jesus, her favorite topic. Also, we have been at a Mexican restaurant. We have been drinking espresso martinis. Yeah. We are a few margaritas, a few martinis, and a few glasses of wine deep. And so you're in for just a wild ride and a great time. I'm going to stop talking, and Tonya, let us know about yourself.
Yeah, we've been being waited on by a robot cat, and we've been very entertained tonight.
Tonya was cracking
up. Yeah, the cat was good at
Tonya and Chris were giggling.
Because we had a 4-hour chat at that restaurant.
We sure did.
And every time it got deep, this damn cat would come by. How did the song go?
I don't even remember.
All I can think of is the Lime Scooter song. But that's not it.
It sounded like the Jetsons.
The Jetsons. I love Lucy.
Yeah, I love Lucy
Yeah.
song. Think that, and it was that song, and it was every time it was like getting to like a really deep like place in the conversation, the damn cat would just come by,
whiz by,
sometimes
zoom
she would
by,
stop,
even.
and like her eyes would flicker at us, and she would keep moving.
She knew us.
And if you've never seen it, to describe it, it is an electric cat. It has different shelves on it. It moves free will around, and I've only seen it at Mexican restaurants. Yeah. Free will around the restaurant. It has plates of food on it. It blinks. It says, "Enjoy your food" in the back.
But she's not handing us the food. A waiter still has to come.
Yeah, she certainly does not have limb function yet.
She didn't, because at one point all of us got our food.
Those paws are contained.
Chris's plate was still there.
On the bottom, may I add. It moved away, and his food was, not only did it move away with the food, but his food was the closest level to the floor. Like, it was on the ground.
I want a reality show.
That's my
just with that cat, where it has to deliver to the right tables. No waiter involvement.
I would love that.
I just started flinging it at the tables,
like projectile,
But anyway, so Tonya is our reality TV correspondent, and Tonya, I want you to tell us, because I already know, but I'm curious from your perspective of how you first got into reality TV. Because for context, Tonya and Chris used to live together. When she got into reality TV, he's told me a different story than I think you tell. So I'm curious.
Okay, well I know the story he's telling, and it's a lie, and I hope he's secretly eavesdropping on this.
He's a liar.
He's downstairs.
He's a liar. He's a dirty liar.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. I'm thrilled. I'm having fun. Clap, 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 clap. My first foray into reality TV was when I was entirely too young, staying up until God knows how late into the night, watching VH1. To be quite honest with you, the earliest memories of reality TV that I have, besides, we all watched like Survivor when we were little, but we were young.
I never watched Survivor.
Okay, Chris always finds that crazy. That I know
everyone.
I didn't really either, but I remember it like when we were probably in like first grade. I remember that being super popular because it's old.
People would have parties.
Yes, to watch
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
But mine, this is so embarrassing. Mine was For the Rock of Love with Bret Michaels.
What is that?
Chris
I love it.
Gonna die laughing when he hears this. It was a VH1 show about this like, I don't want to say defunct, but this like rock artist, and he had these. It was like The Bachelor essentially.
Okay.
And it was just these weird. It was a cast of characters. It was real interesting. So that and the Flavor Flav show.
Yes.
There we go.
What about what's the Tila Tequila?
Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
My first bi awakening.
Person on TV.
Yes.
So I'm curious. Okay, so that's your first foray.
It was VH1. Yes.
I don't know if that's how you say that word.
Foray.
You're saying foyer in a French accent, and I do love it.
Pharrell. That's Pharrell. That's your first Pharrell to reality TV.
My Pharrell, yes.
Molly, what is your first memory of reality television?
So mine is Girls Next Door.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I used to watch it with my mom
on ETV.
Yes. My mom and I used to watch it together.
Wow, your mom is about it.
Holly Madison is
I was a Kendall bitch.
Okay, so Holly and who was the other? Bridget, I loved. Bridget was a smarty. She was like an intellectual house bunny.
Yeah.
She, like, they were all just so
smart
good.
rabbit.
There was Kendra. I used to want her room. She had a little dog If you look it up, I used to have like Pinterest, like it was so
it's
like
literally.
2007.
Do you remember that movie House Bunny with Anna
I
Faris?
loved. We talked about that recently. I loved House Bunny, and they were in House Bunny, the movie. Like,
yeah, they were.
The three of them.
They
were
had
in
a cameo. Yeah.
They had a cameo. That was my foray.
So my first, I just had to look this up because I forgot the name of it because, again, we've been drinking for a long time.
Oh.
Is on MTV.
Parental Control.
Yes.
I loved Parental Control.
And
I loved it.
Because here's the thing. I was like in like 6th grade through 8th grade watching it. And so the premise of Parental Control is basically like,
so fake.
like let's say I'm dating someone and my parents don't like my boyfriend. So then they have like a whole like hundreds of boys
literally
come in and they apply to like be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then my parents get to pick like 3 people and you go on 3 first dates with them and then I get to
and
pick
they get
from
to watch
those
it
3.
back. They get to watch you.
Yes, and they get to watch you.
They're
or
sitting in a living room watching TV.
or I get to pick my original boyfriend or whatever. The way I was so tuned into that because I wanted a boyfriend so badly at 12 years old.
No,
so badly. I thought everyone on that show was so grown up and
I know.
So
I was
hot.
like, where are my boobs?
Yeah, I was like,
everything?
where are
Like,
these teenagers?
yes.
They are clearly out here like
Fucking.
dating, fucking,
Sorry.
having sex. I was just like I was just absolutely
You're right.
like enthralled at 12 years old. I thought I was like, this is what high school is like. I was obsessed.
Zip lining with a guy.
I remember that
The guy
episode.
would be wholesome, and it'd be like it'd be like
really
a
sweet
good
guy.
Yeah,
Sometimes
really
they'd be
guy.
wild, and like the people they were dating. I look back at it now as parents.
So funny.
I'm like, absolutely absurd boyfriends. Usually.
Yeah.
I get it, but also they're 16.
Yeah.
So like,
Let it
whatever.
go.
they
They'll
have the
probably be
nose
broken up in
rings.
a year or 2 anyways. Like, relax. Do you remember Next?
Yes.
Yes.
What is Next?
With Eliza Schlesinger. She's a comedian now, but she used to host this show. It was literally like you'd see a date happen and you would just be able to like vote on whether you wanted to do
that. I don't know that.
Do you remember this one? I'm not describing it well.
I don't remember like the
you would
premise.
hit
I
a
remember
button and
watching,
like if based on whether you thought the couple had chemistry or not, basically there were people in like a separate trailer that would just hit a button and be like, next, like it's over.
I'm also gonna go so far as to describe my second like thing about reality TV is I will never forget. This is the first boy like I ever went on a date with, and I ever like all we did was
I almost said his full name.
We kissed once.
Oh no, I don't know it. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think you know it. And we pecked once, and he was really into Jersey Shore. He went to different high schools, and I remember he was like, I was not into Jersey Shore, and he was like, no, I wasn't. He was like, do you want to like, we'll be on the phone. It was Valentine's Day. He was like, let's do like a little phone date where we watch Jersey Shore together.
What?
And I said, I don't really watch Jersey Shore.
That man is gay.
And then he's married now.
To a man. I'm sorry.
That's
interesting.
But then he stopped talking to me. I was like, that's what did it for you is Jersey Shore.
Actually,
but granted,
I'll walk that back.
I was like 15.
Right.
I was like
14.
16. Whatever.
Okay. A lot of at that time, a lot of like even the boys at my school, everyone was into Jersey Shore.
Everyone
Yeah, that's the thing that show was.
If
a
you
unicorn.
say
Everyone liked
GTL,
it.
you know who's
Jam
a
Tam
millennial.
Laundry.
Yes.
You know,
Jam
it is
Tam.
the millennial bond.
Remember the grenades?
Grenades.
Oh.
Yes.
So-
Sausages. Yes.
Oh, they were so awful.
They were horrible. And I don't know if you've ever. So now it's
Reunion.
Reunion, but also
Yeah.
there are a bunch of Reddit threads where there was a producer who did an Ask Me Anything thread. It's a subreddit, and they disclosed everything. The amount of drugs these people were on.
Oh,
the
I
amount
can
of
imagine.
abuse
That's
that
how they
Sammy
stayed up.
suffered.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
That's how they stayed up so late though. They
Yes.
were not drinking. Like
no,
they were doing
so.
coke.
And now when
There's-
you watch them, you can see them like
yeah,
wiping
you
their
can
nose,
see like Ronnie
like,
dropping
yes.
a baggie.
Yup.
Like
Yup.
it was
like they were
I always
so
think
young
of.
doing coke.
I still dance
But
how
we
they
didn't know
do
that
the
in seventh
pump,
grade.
the
the
fist
like-
bump and
yeah,
how they were like
all
you
doing it. We're
they're
all
like,
doing it,
girl fist
listeners.
bump.
We're all doing the pump. Do the pump with us.
This would be a great time to have video. Damn.
Wait.
It was just iconic.
It was
as
iconic.
Fuck.
So what we are here for? So Molly and I don't really watch a lot of reality TV,
But
and
I
we-
I
somehow
fear this
do.
isn't true because Molly.
I
does.
was gonna say
Yeah.
I somehow do.
But you watch
This is my
Dance
Dance
Moms.
Moms.
Dance
girl.
Moms is my comfort show.
but that's like the only.
Period.
You're not like a Real House Mom.
So,
But that
Real
no,
House-
yeah. So I don't watch. No, I know.
Housewives. Housewives. Who's
House Moms. So I do know a lot about Housewives. I don't watch it, if that makes sense.
Same with me for Dance Moms. I know
Wow.
about it,
Remember,
but I
do you
don't
remember
watch
in
it.
DC
We watched
had
it.
New
We
Year's,
put it on.
Yeah,
we
Yes.
all went out for New Year's Eve. I think this was like the first time you guys had ever really met each
I think
other.
so. It was like 2021.
Yeah, we went back to the
2022.
Airbnb
Ringing in
afterwards.
22, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We went back to the Airbnb afterwards, and
we were
Molly was like, "Does anyone want to watch Dance Moms?" And no one was.
Yeah.
No one replied except for Tonya.
Yeah. And we
suddenly...
put it up on the TV. It was my first time watching it on TV.
And I remember that you were like, it's always been my guilty pleasure. I've only ever watched it like on a phone.
Yeah.
To clarify, like, Molly put it on the big screen.
It's 3 a.m. I'm still pouring champagne, just so drunk. And I remember Chris comes in and he just like looks at the TV and he's like, "Are we watching Dance Moms?"
We were like, sit down and
then
watch.
He just like
love it.
For anyone who likes Dance Moms, it was the Dance Moms Rosa Parks episode.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one that was big T in that show.
But so Tonya, you're a Real Housewives person.
I am.
So much so, did you like that sweatshirt I got you that said the University of Real Housewives, or did you hate it?
I love it so much. It is a t-shirt, and when I wear it, I get so many compliments
on
it.
Really?
And I go, "Oh, my best friend Alexa got me this."
Oh,
every time, every single time.
So I'm curious, like, what got you into Real Housewives? Because I watched the original, I think it's the original Real Housewives, where it was like Orange County, and it was back in like the 2009 or something.
Yeah.
And I remember the reason I watched it is because I was in 8th grade at the time, and one of the daughters was dating her 8th grade boyfriend. She was like a senior in high school and was like, "We're gonna be together forever." And I was like, "I need to meet my husband in 8th grade
now. I gotta get married today."
So that's why I watched it. But then after that, and then I watched the Real Housewives of New Jersey, like the original like table flip, whatever, with my parents.
Can we talk about
engaged
Amsterdam
19 times?
I watched the Amsterdam
Beverly
scene
Hills
probably once a week.
Y'all had me. I thought you weren't gonna know.
No, I know the Amsterdam scene. I know.
Oh my god. Okay, perfect.
I don't.
Good.
Let's talk about the husband.
And let's talk about the husband.
Okay, you're looking at me.
At least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long, bitch. That's what she said. That's a different thing. That's what Brandy said in a previous season.
Gotcha.
Anyway, shout out to Brandy.
Let's talk about the
hope
husband.
she's doing well. Let's talk about the husband.
Okay, Kathy.
Wait. For me and those who don't know, can we provide some context?
Yes.
Let's talk.
Yes. Okay, so Molly is referring to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. There is a very infamous trip that the women take to Amsterdam where it goes crazy at the dinner table. Stuff ends up getting thrown. Hopefully my Housewives fans are out there and they know what we're talking about, even a little bit. Well, Lisa Rinna. Well, also, fun thing about Beverly Hills is Paris Hilton's aunts, all 3 of them end up out on the show at some point.
Wow.
So Kyle Richards is her maternal aunt.
Fascinating.
Oh my god, what's the
blonde
one's name?
What's Kathy's sister's name?
Yeah, that's what I'm. We're terrible. Oh my god, we're drunk. The crazy
Kathy.
one. Shout out to her. I see her in my mind right now. It's another name.
Support women.
Yeah, believe women. Kyle. I'm literally looking at her in my mind.
Give me a sec.
Oh my god. Kim Richards. There we go. Jesus, that was so
Kim
bad.
Richards is the one who was letting them have it.
Have it.
She was letting them have it.
It's so good.
She was the one, she was like...
Yeah.
She was going off on them, and...
I've had enough of you, you beast.
I've had enough of you, you beast! And Lisa's like, you know, because like Kim's going off, and she's going off on her sister Kyle. These are Paris's aunts, like we said, Kathy's
the 3 sisters. Which, fun fact, 2 of them are half sisters. That's why 2 are Richards, and only 1 is Hilton.
Wow, that sucks for
them.
So
Kyle and Kim have this same, I want to say dad.
They're younger.
They're younger, and Kathy has a different
Kyle
dad.
and Kim Kardashian.
But they
just kidding.
No.
Sorry, I'll take it back.
No.
I promise I'm following. It was just a bad joke.
I'm joking. But it's just funny because she's going off on Kyle, her sister, and Lisa says something to her, and she's like, you don't understand like our relationship or whatever, and she's like, no, but it's not okay to talk to anyone like that, Kim. Like, it's so funny. They just go, and then Kim just lets them have it.
You're such a liar, Camille. That's a different season, but yeah. Beverly Hills is a good one. Okay, so you've heard of Vanderpump Rules?
Yes.
So
what's your favorite?
So I am so sorry to be fake. I'm like the fake reality expert that came on this show. I don't watch Vanderpump Rules. I know everything.
You know about the drama?
I know all of the drama, every single bit, but I unfortunately was
Rules.
never able to get into it. I watched the first season and a half, and I simply couldn't do it. But, just so you know,
wow,
one of the
season
women
and a half. You really tried.
I really tried it.
So,
but one of the women from Beverly Hills, Lisa Vanderpump, who is not the Lisa that Molly was talking about, that's essentially the spinoff. So Lisa Vanderpump is this, I love her, I'm so sorry. She is this fabulous British woman. She's always owned restaurants. She got a spinoff show called Vanderpump Rules.
Okay.
Where she then got a show about her own restaurant bar where she hired all these like young people and then they got their own thing.
And that show's been on for like 10
Ever.
years. Because I didn't
It's
realize.
about, it should end.
Obsessed with it.
It's about to be over.
Ariana Maddox
hosted Love Island USA.
Hosted Love Island
Went on Dancing with the
USA.
Stars. She's in
She's
Chicago.
in Chicago.
She's killing
Roxy
it.
Hart. She is killing it, but she was the one who got cheated on by her longtime boyfriend.
10 years.
Oh, I did hear about
10
this.
years.
And her best friend.
Can
Yeah.
I
One of
say
her best
something?
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years. No ring. Bye.
Yeah.
Right.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
except for
Bye.
me.
Well, you
Days
guys,
You
in
were
high
high
school,
school
yeah,
sweethearts.
yeah.
That's different. I'm
What are
talking
you
to
gonna do?
I was just saying it to anyone who's
No,
listening.
no, no, no.
Like,
16?
bitch,
These people
like,
are
shut up.
no.
But
These people are almost. They're 40.
They're
Yeah.
40. That's what killed me. She's almost 40.
Tom
she
Sandoval
might
is
be
40.
Yeah.
He's maybe past
Scandal.
40.
Scandal.
Scandal.
also, like,
yeah.
I do think, like, a lot of those relationships, they're just in it for the clout of the relationship.
Also, I must also say something. And not that she deserved this, but Ariana got with Tom while he was dating someone who also used to be on the show. So her name is Kristen Doty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was an original cast member of Vanderpump Rules, and when Tom and Kristen were together, because they were the OG members. They were two of the OG members.
Mm-hmm.
Ariana got brought in as this new character, and Kristen hated her. She was like, I don't love your new friend. Who is this? Blah, blah, blah. She ends up working at the restaurant they all work at, and then, like, surprise, surprise, they end up getting together, and it just all...
It's that restaurant, like, there's a lot of...
restaurant people are fucking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
there's a lot of drama. We won't go
Yeah.
into it,
Mhm.
but it's interesting. But okay, so I want to like dial it back in and let's talk about like reality TV in general. And I'm curious, like
Reel it in.
sociologically and
Yes,
also like
yes,
societally,
yes, yes.
what do you think? Like the Real Housewives, Bravo.
Oh my
I feel like
God.
it wasn't as big when we were growing up, and then like the Real Housewives and everything came out, and it's
Yeah.
huge. What do you think it is that's drawing, especially American viewers? I think our age or maybe older, and especially
British as well, because you've got
British,
Love
yeah.
Island.
British viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I told both of you guys before this I was doing research. I listened to this whole podcast about reality TV,
realize.
only to realize it was only about British television.
And
There's
shout
a lot
out,
of
they're
British
contributing
reality,
some
yeah.
stuff to the game. So
Yeah.
I think it's short form content. So
Interesting.
a big thing is like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever you're on. It's just so memeable. It's so funny momentable and
Yeah.
quotable that it just catches on, and that people say things and they don't even realize that that's from Housewives, but they're so popular. Like, you've never watched Housewives, really. There are things I could say to you that you'd be like,
Say
oh my
one.
gosh, that's from Housewives. Not a white refrigerator.
Yes!
Girl, put
I
your
don't-
shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey. Okay.
Nene.
Nene, yes, Molly. Yes, that's Nene from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm not tuned into the culture. And I'm
It's
curious,
just so
though, it is
memeable.
like, so you put on here, we have this shared note where we have like pre-prepared topics. You said dispel
Misogynist bullshit.
So
So here's, I'll go into that right now, no
BS
problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have
No
a
problem.
real issue when men particularly like to make it seem like if you were to say, oh, I love reality TV. Ew, that's trash. Or, oh, is that a guilty pleasure? And,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing guilty about my pleasure. No, it's not. I like it, genuinely. But, like, just, oh, that's garbage. You know, it's all fake, right? And I'm like, so what's real? Game of Thrones? Is that real
Yeah.
dragons? No.
So
like,
Star
I don't
Wars
give a
is
shit.
real?
Yeah, Star Wars is
But
real. I
also,
don't
we've
care.
talked about this before because I
That
always
really
go
irritates me.
into like how people always talk trash about like romance novels.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
talked about this last
Yes.
week.
People love to hate on the things that
women
love.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they think it's
'Cause
stupid.
they're
But you put
feminine.
on here sports, reality TV.
And please
It
explain to me
is.
the difference, listeners. Please let me know. I'm looking at this microphone in the eye.
Yeah,
Please.
like-
Please.
Fantasy?
Yeah,
Football.
fantasy. Fantasy.
and-
What are the fake rules that you invented that are so different about the rules of The Bachelor or
Yeah.
Love Island or
And I
any of
remember-
them?
One time
Please,
I said to
tell
Chris,
me.
it was like, you know, I say this to him all the time, actually, because Chris is a very big sports person, and like a game will get lost or whatever, and I'll be like, well, at least it's just a game. And he's always like, sports
No,
is
this is
huge.
real shit.
Sports like runs the like whatever. And,
So does reality television. And sports
and
is
I-
reality
yeah.
TV. Please
And
explain
it
to me
is,
the
it
difference.
is. And I'm
Please.
like, the thing is, it's also interesting to me. I never understand like why people watch reruns of a sporting event because I'm like, you know what happens. But then I'm like, okay, I've watched Pride and Prejudice probably 25 times. And I know what's gonna happen. So it's like
to me, it's different. A sporting event, rewatch.
because I feel like, but I also feel like you're watching a
What?
sporting event for
For what?
For
There's
the
no
anticipation.
plot.
But I do understand, like, what you're saying. Like,
I don't.
sports are reality TV.
They're reality TV.
You're like, I don't. I'm like,
don't
you put
get
it on
it.
here.
I don't like to give men any favors. Yeah, I just don't get it, and I don't know. But you're right. It's because it's inherently feminine and liked by women.
Yes, and
it's
always
automatically assumed it's. But like, let's think about what is reality TV. It includes things like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, The Amazing Race,
things with no plot.
American Ninja Warrior. Come on, everybody likes that one.
And so we wanted to talk about a little bit of the history of reality TV. And so I know you had put on here like early 2000s gold, but when I did a little bit of research, it really started out in the 1940s with like Candid Camera, which was basically like a punked version. It was huge. It was so big. I forget
in
his...
the 40s. What did you say?
In the 1940s, yeah.
Wow.
In the 1940s. It was huge.
Candid Camera was in the 1940s?
Not that show, but like a concept similar.
Okay. I believe you.
The girls are Googling. We're making
in
a
the
Google.
1960s.
I was gonna say TV wasn't popular till like the mid 50s.
I don't think. I had to.
The girl Rosie the Riveter was like, "Let me get on my Candid Camera shit." She said, "We're making the."
I just had to do the correction. I'm sorry. I just didn't think that was correct.
No, that was good. I got nervous because Alexa seems so confident. You're so confident, Alexa. Wow.
Okay.
Not AI overview.
Being AI said incorrect.
So, I thought, well, actually, this is really interesting. So, Candid Camera was like the first big reality TV show, essentially, that like started reality TV, but not like we know it, whereas basically like punked. And so I thought this was interesting. People were obsessed with it, and so much so that Alan Funt, I think I'm saying it right, he was on an airplane that I guess was like held hostage or something, and people thought it was a prank. Like, all the passengers on the plane were like, it was so popular, they were like, we're on Candid Camera. And then once they landed, they were like, no, your plane was like almost taken hostage. Yeah, it was hijacked. Which is so crazy to me. And so then, like, it progressively grew. They had, like, a show, I think it was, like, in the 1970s where they basically just, like, followed a family around, and that was kind of popular. But it was really in the 90s, 2000s, that it got big with The Real World. Which, did you guys watch The Real World when you were kids?
Yes.
No, I never
watched it. I didn't know what was going on.
I always think of... I didn't watch The Hills. I didn't watch... Okay.
Oh, a fun fact. My friend from high school, we were actually very close. Her cousin is Lauren Conrad. And Lauren yes. I had a lot of, like, famous relatives at my high school. I don't know why.
Yeah, well...
Like, I dated famous politicians.
Son.
Relative.
Yeah. Or not son, sorry.
Yeah, grandson. Shout out. He just got married. God bless.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Was it a Kennedy?
It was not a Kennedy. My friend in high school, her cousin was Lauren Conrad, and she would send her boxes of clothes and like her old cool stuff, and then like every month it'd be like, oh, where'd you get that top? And she'd be like, oh, it's like from the box, like it's from the Lauren's box. Yeah,
that's interesting. So you know how sometimes you have like these earworm sound bites that like pop into your head?
I love that you said that, because the German term for I have a song stuck in my head is I have an earworm for that song.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, yeah.
I remember, again, watching MTV in middle school, and it was the Cancun one. And I always think, I don't even remember her name, but I always remember hearing like The Real World, Cancun. It pops in my head probably once a month.
Yes.
Just the exact
Cancun.
Yes. Exactly.
Totally. When I went there earlier this year, I thought about that. Cancun.
I thought about it the whole time when I went to Cancun a few years ago.
Shout out.
Phenomenal.
Oh, that didn't make sense to anyone. I have some family in Frankfurt, Germany, and so I like sort of speak German. I was just randomly like, and actually that's the term in German. That didn't make any sense at all. You can cut it if you want.
No, we're keeping it. Okay, here we are.
Great. Cancun.
So, and I think that's interesting because, and then like Big Brother came out, and I think in the US in the 2000s, and I think it's interesting because people just got really fascinated with just watching authenticity. Yes. I think. Is what really drew people to it. And in the beginning, like, it was like the Wild West of reality TV, where it was just like, we're just like filming people doing what they're doing, and there was not a lot of producer intake or whatever.
Well, here's the problem, and I hate to sound like a boomer in any scenario. Without social media, it was so fun. Before, you could control every little thing, and like something would happen and you could immediately get on Twitter and be like, actually, this is what I meant, blah, blah, blah. Or you could just make a TikTok. It was so fun. It was just so much more crazy.
Yeah. But that's also, like, one of the things that I thought was curious. Whenever I research, like, reality TV, you know, people always bring up, like, especially in the beginning, people didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah.
So it'd be, like, people who were villainized or they become celebrities
yes.
off of reality TV.
That's the thing is now people are just launching their influencer careers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're in it to make brand deals and make money.
Yeah, but you don't get the final edit. And so, like, on Giggly Squad, Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbo were on Summer House together, and they always talk about, they're like, oh, reality TV is, like, kind of traumatizing.
Yeah.
Because you don't, like, they're making a storyline. There has to be a villain. And you don't get to see it until it's out. And so then, like, you are on this show, you get put out as a villain, and it's like, you can't really come back from that sometimes.
Which, quick note, that's sort of, I wouldn't say a spinoff, but the first episode of Summer House has characters from Vanderpump Rules in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and they do a couple of crossover episodes from that. And I think there's the episode on Vanderpump Rules is like a spinoff into Summer House.
Okay.
So, like, the first iterations of it. For me, Summer House is as to most people, my Vanderpump Rules, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's, like, a better version. I like the characters better. I got more into it. So I'm obsessed with Summer House.
I think it's interesting the language you just used. What? You liked the characters better.
They're characters.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can, Ariana Grande said this in an interview with Vogue a few years ago, if you can dress up as something for Halloween, it's a character. Mm-hmm. Like, if you and I could do Paige and Hannah, which we easily could, they're characters. Yeah. And so, and that's a tough thing, too, is people don't think they're real people. Yeah. But, like, how do you guys feel about, like, famous people are always saying, like, oh, I didn't sign up for all this. Like, I'm still a real person. But at the same time, bitch, you're getting fucking millions of dollars.
I only feel that way if they're, like, actors.
Okay.
I don't feel that way if they're reality stars. Like, if the Kardashians say that, I'm like, well, you did sign up for this.
You did.
Yeah.
You literally
did.
Literally.
Yeah.
Do you think that Kris Jenner released Kim's sex tape on purpose?
Yes.
I don't know about that specifically. I do think, like, the whole quote of, like, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder is for sure. Because I think, I don't know, like, people always joke about, like, she causes, like, she creates the drama, like, the Jordan, Kylie drama or whatever. I don't know about the specific ones, but, like, I do think, like, any kind of attention that they have on them is their brand, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
I think two things I like about them. I like that I feel that they empowered brunettes. No shade. But I like, before then it was like the Paris Hiltons and the blondes of the world. And
brunettes and also, like, thick bitches.
Thick bitches, sure. And surviving a sex scandal. When does that ever happen for a woman? Yeah. Do you guys know who Shannon Sharpe is?
No.
Okay, he is the greatest tight end in NFL history. And he has a show, like, he's a commentator.
I wasn't expecting a guy. I was expecting
I was.
My bad. Yeah,
I also,
Shannon
like,
Sharpe.
fully
very
when
big
said...
black man. Very tall black man. He used to be on this show. He does a lot of sports-related things as a retired football player.
I winked when you said tight end, but you didn't see it.
Tight end? Wink. He, a couple days ago, was having sex with a woman and somehow ended up on Instagram Live. Yes. Now, you can't see anything. You just see an image of the floor. But you hear he is grunting. He's talking her through it. She's moaning. It's
the thing
erotica.
Is, that is not, like, actually crazy. Like, I've heard of that happening to people I know. Yeah. And also, earlier today, I was sending our mutual friend James a text, and I put it in my pocket, and then I looked, and it had it almost sent, like, a paragraph of absolute gibberish.
Yeah.
That I was just like, oh, shit. I was telling Molly last week, I accidentally, in a Teams chat at work, it had typed out in my pocket, Charlie XCX 7 times.
I love that.
So, but that's not crazy. Sorry.
It's not crazy, but the fact that, like, I'm talking, he's grunting, moaning, he's talking to her, they're, like, fully, it's erotic. He gets on his show the next day and is fully able to talk about it. And, like, yeah, people are making so much fun of him on the internet and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, he gets to own it and survive. Yeah. How many times does that happen for a woman?
Never.
If we had an Instagram Live of our sex life, done. You're done. You're fired from your job. It's over.
And that's one of the things that people criticize about early reality television is that a lot of the women would do things that were kind of maybe, like, sexually explicit or whatever, and it's really what's getting viewers to come in, but also they're being villainized for it.
Well, I think about Jersey Shore and, like, Sam, for example. Sam and Ron were the most toxic couple
he was ever.
He literally abused her. There was a scene where he's literally like pulling her bed or pulling her from
her mattress.
Bed,
he like
mattress.
Yeah.
It was something to do with the bed where he's like literally just like physically abusing her in every which way except like hitting her. You know what I mean? Just like
because physical abuse is so much more than hitting. Like it's any sort of intimidation. Yeah, and because he was a big dude.
But people looked at her as the villain of the show, and I just think about that as like now she almost didn't return to the reunion. There's Jersey Shore family vacation. She's on it now, but for a while she wasn't on it, and it was because like I think she was so villainized on that show, and she was just a normal girl like who was just kind of in a toxic relationship. And I just think like men are just not. She was just seen as like the crazy girl, but like it was so not
because
the case.
that's such an easy storyline to portray, and it makes me so mad.
I just think of that for reality.
That's what I enjoy, though. I have to unfortunately admire about Kim Kardashian. Boo!
I didn't even know what you were about to say. Sorry.
She made it into her success, and whether it was her or her mother,
I actually
which
really
is kind of vile.
Kim Kardashian.
I do too. Yeah. It's kind of vile if your own mother and you kind of agreed to release. And by the way, did you guys know this? Yeah. Lindsay Lohan was supposed to have a reality show on E, but she needed to go to rehab. And they were the second slot on E. Damn. Lindsay Lohan going to rehab is the only reason the Kardashians got a show.
Her sister and her mom. Do you remember Living Lohan? That was a reality show.
Vaguely.
It was about her sister Allie and her mom.
Maybe this is what I'm talking about.
Well, her family had one. Lindsay wasn't in it, but she was supposed to have her sister Allie was like a teenager at the time, and it was about her. She didn't go anywhere. It didn't really. Nothing came of it. But like her sister was like trying to become kind of famous, and her mom is like a momager, and it was about that. So I mean, they did try to do that. I don't think Lindsay had one though.
Tanya's like trying to pour wine discreetly. Let's go ahead and pour some wine.
Oh,
do you need some wine, Molly?
I'm like trying to be so polite.
Yeah, we're drinking the Woodbridge Rosé that I got for $12.99 at Harris Teeter.
Shout out.
And there we go, and we're refilled.
But Okay. I was about to go off about the Kardashians.
I want to say before you do, so the story that Chris tells about Tonya getting into reality TV. So once again, Chris, friend of the pod, friend of
the
pod,
friend of me, friend of you, boyfriend of you.
My boyfriend, who's been on multiple episodes. He always says, so Tonya and Chris used to live together, and he had like a DVR TiVo or whatever, and he went to go record something, and it was full, and he said he looked, and he said, why do I have like something like 37 hours of keeping up with the Kardashians?
He goes, I can't record anything. You took up all the storage with the Kardashians. That's not true. And he's going to pop in the story any second. He's like, actually?
Hulu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was.
I mean,
Hulu was recently. This was when it was regular E, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which I used to watch all the time. And I do think Keeping Up with the Kardashians really transformed reality TV.
And what's crazy is now people don't give a shit about it.
Because they own it and nobody... That's what I'm saying about social media. It's too produced. It's too fake.
They're almost so famous now that no one cares about them. Like, they're just figures.
They're over.
They're over. Figures, you know?
Nobody cares. Like, Kylie Jenner was... Imagine that. 5 years ago, I would have never said Kylie, I would have been instantly Kylie Jenner. She's done. She's now trying to, so Leah from Love Island USA has a similar look, and I know you guys didn't watch Love Island USA, but it was the biggest show on Peacock this summer, like smashed every record, blah, blah, blah. She's also from Calabasas. She's Persian. The Kardashians are, well, Kylie and Kendall aren't, but the Kardashians are Armenian. Mm-hmm. They have sort of a similar look. Mm-hmm. Leah is so big and blowing up right now. People are joking that Kylie Jenner is now posting to be like, oh, Leah's threatening her. And Leah's hanging out with Jordan Woods, by the way. Like, she posted a picture with her the other day. And so Kylie got on and posted something and is trying to be like do you remember the King Kylie era when she had like blue hair? Exactly, yeah. Nobody cares. We're bored.
It was
boring. Molly. Boring.
Jordan.
Sloppy. Lazy.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Dance moms.
Yeah, she and Stas.
Which, like, ew.
Who gives a fuck about Stas?
That girl, I've never seen two photos of her look the same.
No, right?
I don't know who
Stas,
she is.
I'm sorry, but like
Stas.
she's just Kylie. Like, she literally lives with Kylie. So did
they
Jordan.
All did.
So
Jordan
did Jordan
too until the scandal. Yes.
So it was a video of Jordan, Stas, and Kylie, like, a video together.
Yeah,
them being like, we're back. I'm like, Jordan, no, get away from them. Get away from them.
Get a job.
Also, have you seen all the theories that Kylie Jenner is actually like kind of broke?
Yes, because she's advertising for fucking Candy Crush now.
Yes,
Candy Crush.
That advertisement had popped up on my thing. I was like when
no way.
This was like a year or so ago, and I was like, wait,
oh, mine was like a couple months ago.
Jenner?
Yes.
Unless they paid crazy amounts of money. But also, like, the thing is, like, I think Kylie Jenner, her brand has definitely gone down. I mean,
her brand was never
kit,
up. I think that was all false. Have you ever once bought Kylie Cosmetics?
No.
Trash.
No.
I've heard it's... Oh, wait, what have you bought? Tell me.
The lip kit.
Is it good?
The Christmas one.
Just the biggest one. Just the biggest
Just
seller.
like the main shit.
Yeah.
Just like the number one
no.
seller.
Yeah.
Is it... Okay, so it comes with a liner and a lipstick, or what's the deal?
It was like 3... God, I only use the...
Like a gloss?
I only use the gloss.
We're not judging.
No, if it's good,
I don't
tell
care.
me.
It's fine. Like, I ordered it, or I got it for Christmas. In like 20...
When it was big.
You know,
Yeah.
So,
well, I've always
good.
heard KKW is like better quality. I have never
Probably.
owned them, but I will tell you, I hate to say this, but Skims, my God.
I do like Skims.
Shit.
I
Good
haven't,
shit.
Okay.
Nova,
This is
Georgetown. They have a shop.
Oh, really? This is
Yeah.
TMI. So I got the Skims. It's like a body
There's
suit
no
that
such
goes
thing
underneath.
as TMI on Poppin In.
True.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it has a pee hole. I think I've discussed both of this with you
really?
because the
Talk
first
to
time
me
I
about
wore
this,
it was
yes.
at your wedding, Molly. And it is
Yeah, it was.
so the thing is, I appreciate that because, like, yeah, I do have to take the whole Skims things off to pee, but it's such a small hole that you have to like pull apart. There's a stretchy hole so you can pee. It's such a small hole though, and if I'm sorry, you're at a wedding, you've been drinking or whatever. I'm like, it's so small. Like, why aren't we creating better designs? I want a flap like you have on like little baby onesies.
Flap.
Where it's
Unsnap.
like unsnap. Pee, snap it back. I don't
Yes.
want to have to take. I'm literally sitting there. I'm
stretching
hovering
out the hole.
I'm hovering over a public toilet,
No.
trying to pull this hole apart and pee.
Wait, hold on. Are y'all hoverers? I'm a hoverer.
Yeah.
So
I
used
hover
to be-
and-
I used to be
Are you sitting now?
until a what do you call it? Like a physical therapist told me
That's
don't
bad
do
for your
that.
pelvic floor.
It's
I've
bad for your
heard
pelvic
that.
floor, and she was like, "You've done worse to your body. Just sit on the toilet."
Damn.
Yeah.
That
I feel like she just
She
dragged
rocked
you a
my
little bit.
world. She read me
Yeah.
for filth.
Yeah.
She was like, just sit on the toilet. She was like, it's bad to do tippy toes when you're sitting on the toilet. That'll
You know what my
be bad
mom
for
does? She literally, I'll demonstrate. She puts her like foot like that and it goes like this.
Well,
What? Okay,
my
to clarify,
mom-
full one foot
I
on
used
the
to
suite.
put
on the
paper
seats.
I used to put toilet paper on
I
the
make a
seats.
nest if I need to. Yeah, that's what
I do.
do.
I
just
hover
don't-
and
I
I
don't
make
even
a
do that
nest.
anymore. I sit on the toilet now. I don't care. There's worse things to do to your body. It's
guess
fine.
you're right.
It's fine.
Because nothing's going anywhere
Yeah.
important. Like it's just your skin. It's not like your whole.
It's just your skin.
Vagina. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's something about it. We just scribbled a
It
lot of
is gross.
stereotypes.
It is gross. It feels gross, but I just do it now because I'm like, you know what? Whatever can help my pelvic floor, I will just do.
What is a pelvic floor? People talk about it all the time. What's a pelvic?
Oh, it has a
Well,
lot to do
it has
with
a
how
lot to
you
do with
poop, how you have sex, how
Yeah.
you pee. Kegels is a big part of giving birth can affect your pelvic. It's like a lot to do with having general comfort in that whole area.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of muscles that are involved that can fuck up having like good sex, to be honest.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Keeping It with the Kardashians, I think, was like a huge game changer in reality TV that I think is very interesting. I'm not even sure like what really drew us all in, but those first few seasons, I mean, I used to watch them all the time, and the thing is, I was like, I want to be A, hot, and I want to be A, B,
Well, they
rich.
weren't even hot.
I think
What were you
they
about to say?
were.
I thought they were back then.
They were
Because
pretty, but they were not like unreal. Like, oh
No,
my
and
god.
I think that's what made them more
10 out of
relatable.
10.
Watching them
Like,
now, every time they cry,
they're
it's like
fake.
their face doesn't move, and I'm like,
they're
just
just
I don't want
AI.
that.
They're literally
Yeah.
AI versions of women.
It's actually insane, and I don't mean to like take down someone's body, but like, just like sometimes I see them and I'm just like, it's crazy that your body is shaped like that and that your
Yeah.
face is shaped like that, and like, it's just like, I don't know, it makes me sad for them. And like, to be fair, like you were asking, you know, you go on reality TV and some people come out and they're like, I didn't want this like when I became famous, but I feel bad for like Kylie and Kendall, who they
were like
little
9 and 11.
9-year-olds.
Yeah.
9-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the episode. There was like, they were dancing on some pole that was like in their parents' house or
Kylie
whatever.
did that. Yeah.
And it's just like, that's all they know.
Yeah.
That's all,
Yeah.
like, that's
having
all, that's
a camera
whole,
shoved in your face.
yeah.
Can
Like,
you
what
even
else are you
imagine?
gonna do?
How else would you live your
I
life?
feel even worse for the now new generation, like the North and Stormy.
Because they've already like trademarked their names.
Weird shit.
Yeah, it's very
Weird
interesting.
Shit. I don't even know. I haven't kept up in a while. What is Kylie's son's name? I know she started out with Wolf and now she changed. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. And that's the thing. I think people are past it. And I think like
people are over
I think it was Giggly Squad or someone who had this theory where it was like, okay, they were very much like on Instagram, they were good at like photos and then they are good at curated like reality TV. But now that it's all like TikTok stuff, they are not good at doing like, here's videos of us doing stuff.
No, because it has to be staged.
I just heard a podcast.
They have to look best and they have to be edited.
Yeah, there's a comedian who I listened to his podcast. He was saying... Well, his name is Tim Dillon. He's a little out there. He's kind of wild, but Matthew and I listened to him. But he is very funny. But he was saying that they're almost just so famous now. Like they're just such public figures that it's like you can't even like it's just you can't even like watch them as reality stars anymore. Like no one they don't have fans anymore. Like you can't.
It's all
like
bots.
Who cares about them?
Like
you
at
know
one point, I think it was Kylie. She had more followers than there were active Instagram users.
What?
So it was like clearly it's bots.
Yeah,
like clearly these are not real people.
My favorite.
What's crazy is Katy Perry had the most Instagram followers.
No.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It was like Cristiano Ronaldo
Selena
and Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. It's usually always
were the top two. Yeah, her too. But like the top two Instagram. Like Katy Perry.
She's been on a miserable PR ride recently. My God, she needs to sit down and go home.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand? How do you get to the point that you have so much money that you don't just like shut up and be quiet and enjoy your life?
Because it's not about the money, and
it's addictive to the power.
It's like a backwards thing where they think that they're because they have that much money, they have that much power that they
just own
are
it.
On a pedestal. They're like people will listen to me, and it does the opposite.
Yeah,
it's just bad.
And we'll get into this when we talk about Demi Lovato's Child Star doc, but it's also like,
did you? Is it out?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, I need to watch it. Okay.
But she talks about it's like you're also addicted to the fame. So like if you,
she is so annoying. That's why I was a little bit anti that documentary.
Shut the fuck
It is
up.
Okay. Well, let's just talk about it now. Whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about it right now.
So I watched
also,
the whole
I
thing.
don't think she can sing for shit. Like she.
I used to be her biggest fan.
No shit. Really?
I
saw her in concert.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. I think she can.
Jonas
with the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
I think she can belt her ass off. She's definitely a powerhouse.
La La Land Machine. Sorry.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some songs of hers that I really like.
Yeah.
Even off her last album, Holy Fuck, but it's like with a V. It's like FV.
I don't even know what that
is. It's like FVCK.
I didn't even know.
She has a couple on there. There's one called 29 because you know she dated Wilmer Valderrama.
Yes, I do know that. He's a creep.
He's a creep from that 70s show.
Yeah.
Well, she was 17 and he was like 27.
That's
or
how
something.
all his relationships.
Maybe older.
He's a creep.
Well, yeah, she sings about that in this song called 29 where she goes, finally 29, funny, just like you were at the time. So never mind, I'm sorry. He was 29, she was 17. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. And she sings about also how he's married someone now and she goes like, she's 12 years your junior or something like that. Ew.
Does anyone remember when she and Selena Gomez used to be best friends? Like when we were
Princess
in middle
Protection
school,
Program?
Princess Protection Program. Yeah. But do you remember when they used to make like YouTube videos together?
Oh yeah, and Miley and her
Mandy.
friend, yes!
Miley and Mandy.
Do you remember
This is reality TV.
Oh my God, Miley
this
and
is
Mandy made the like mocking video
of them, and I was like Team
Oh,
Selena and Jamie, bitch.
That's funny because
Fuck you, Miley.
I loved Miley. I loved.
Okay,
I
listen
also
to
loved
me.
Selena.
Okay, but it was weird. It was her backup dancer
very-
was like significantly older than her.
She was like 21 when Miley, and everyone at the time thought it was so cool that Miley was 16.
I watched all their videos.
I did too. Miley was a teenager and Mandy was like in her early 20s. And everyone thought Miley was so cool for hanging. It's fucking creepy.
And I didn't like Miley Cyrus that much. I'm gonna be on
I've
record
never liked
here.
her. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll be on the
never.
record.
And maybe again, like
I've
I was
never been her
at
bitch.
the time that Hannah Montana was coming out. I was
Hated.
like, oh, I'm watching Parental Control on MTV.
I was too old. Yeah, I was like, I was just at that age where I was like, this is for little kids. Like,
yeah, I'm a little too old.
I did watch her, but she was my first.
But that makes sense. So like to clarify,
concert.
so I am.
What was your first Demi Lovato?
Allie and AJ.
Oh, I do. Potential breakup song.
I loved Allie and AJ. Oh,
do you like their new shit? Because they make good music now. They make like really good indie music.
I've heard their new version of Potential Breakups. I haven't heard their new
No,
music.
I'm gonna send you some stuff after this. They make some good
I love
music.
them. They were my first concert ever. They were so
That
good.
is so cool.
Mine was
They're
Blue Man Group.
awesome. Oh,
not the blue
I love that.
And then it was
like
like
the Hampton Coliseum or where?
yeah.
For those who don't know, the Hampton Coliseum is a Coliseum.
Y'all better know. You know or you don't.
My parents won free tickets via WY
that
Daily.
was your first concert?
Yeah.
WY Daily was around then?
Yeah, it
they've
was
been
WY
around.
Daily, The Tide. To clarify, that was my first job, also outside of college.
Period.
Shout out.
Me too.
Yeah, that's how we met. That's how we knew each other.
Mine was Britney Spears for the
What?
circus tour. And
That was
she-
your first concert?
Guess who opened for her? The Pussycat Dolls.
What?
Dead.
Did they sing When I Grow
I'm
Up?
gonna loosen up my buttons. They did When I Grow Up. They did.
How old were you?
13.
That's
freshman
crazy.
Year. Freshman year of high school. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I
I
am
love
so
that for you.
jealous
At
that you
the
saw
Verizon
the
Center.
Pussycat Dolls.
It was awesome. Now known as Capital One Arena. Yes. Wow. Blue Man
hang
Group.
on, let me text.
Blue Man Group. We're like,
No, Hampton Coliseum. Shout out. I've been to many
I don't know what
concert
the Blue
there.
Man Group does though.
They just do like
They
I-
sing?
no. They do like I don't want to say tricks. They just like do stuff.
Yeah,
It's
they just
funny.
like drum
It's
and they're
funny.
blue.
They drum, but
why
it's
are
like
they
funny. They like
Yeah.
bring people on stage. It's like a comedic show. Almost.
Do they dye
Yeah.
their skin?
Yeah, they put like paint
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
They put
But
paint
that's
on.
cool. I do like them. So that's cool. Okay.
I'm telling you, loosen up my buttons, but cause you keep biting. Say what you gonna do.
So I
to
used
me.
to do songs to the Pussycat Dolls. Like I used to, my friend
I
and I
thought they
would do
were
like
so
dances to them to convince
hot.
my parents to let us have a sleepover. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when I grow up,
Yes.
wanna be famous,
wanna be a star, wanna be a guru when I grow up.
Imagine your
Yes.
parents being like, okay.
They're
My
like,
dad,
"Oh,
literally, I
wait."
remember my dad being like, "This is creepy."
They're like, and scene.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. I just want to circle back real quick
To wit.
to keeping up with the Kardashians, and I want to say like the most unrelatable thing, but also like it was from like not a recent season. This is probably like 5 years ago when Kylie was buying her first house, and it was like
she like
Yeah,
didn't know what
and they
insurance
just
was.
Yeah,
didn't
she
know
didn't-
what
And
ins-
Chloe's
yeah.
sitting there, she's like, do you
They're
know how to
like,
do laundry?
no,
She's like,
Kylie,
no.
seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kylie, they're like, do you know how to do laundry? No. Do you know
No.
how
Yeah.
to cook? No. Do
She
you have
doesn't
insurance?
need to.
They're like Kylie,
And they were
earthquake
like-
insurance.
Yeah,
like
they're
well,
like,
in
it's really-
California, so you need earthquake insurance.
they're like
Yeah.
you need to make
okay.
sure they're like you need to make sure you can afford it. It's like, bitch, I think she can afford it.
yeah,
She's
she can afford
fine.
it. She's a
It was
billionaire.
it's just such a joke and like a
wasn't
big
that
a big reason that I was saying to you guys earlier at dinner, I don't love to put people on a pedestal like celebrities is fuck them. They're so wealthy, and the only reason they're wealthy is because these loser ass people are on their TikToks going, oh my god, water bottle details, white t-shirt details, queen, release your get ready with me. Like, bitch, grow up. You've
Yeah.
got to learn how to Google, and you've got to learn how to not rely on people you don't know. It's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
Please get a life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, there's nobody I worship like that. And I think people really need to get a spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Kardashian people are fucking weird, the fans. But
It's
they
interesting.
might
But
be
they
all
don't
bots. They might be all
I
bots.
just don't think they really have
Probably
real
have.
They're all
fans
bots.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're just so. They're just such. Oh hi! They're just such public figures now that it's just like
They're
who
famous for
even
being
has
famous,
fans?
though. Like, they
yeah.
don't even, like, do anything. There was a famous interview they did with Barbara Walters where she, like, it was Kim, and she sat down with Barbara Walters, and she goes,
She's like, you're not famous.
she was like, you don't act,
Yeah.
you don't dance, you don't sing, so, like, what do you do?
But I actually resent people saying that the Kardashians don't have talent because I think they do. I think it is a very
Business.
I
specific
think they're
talent to be-
conniving and pretty. I think that's
I think
it.
to be a public TV personality, and I do think Kris is the most talented of them all. To be their manager and
For
to turn
sure.
things around the way they
Yeah.
have, etc. I don't know. I
Also,
just think
Kendall, people shit on Kendall for not being like a supermodel the way that like supermodels who had to work from the bottom are. But I do think she's beautiful. I think she is
Yeah.
good at being a supermodel. I'll
Yeah.
give her that credit. I don't know.
I think they're interesting. But so, do we want to do my game?
Yes.
Okay, so for listeners, I have collected I think 5 titles and descriptions of reality shows, and I want you guys to guess if they are real or fake.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay.
Miss Posey.
So,
Miss Posey.
and don't say if you think it's real or fake until I get to the end.
Okay.
And listeners, you can guess as well. Or don't. I don't give a shit. But anyway.
I don't give a fuck what you
Just
do.
kidding, love you guys. Okay, so title: Alaskan bush people. It brings together the drama, but there are suspicions that there's more to this rugged series than meets the eye. The family are supposed to be out there roughing it, but they were spotted in Alaskan bars and hotels, sparking allegations that they don't really live in the woods.
I've never heard of it, so
I'm answering now.
Yeah.
That's real.
I'm going to say fake. I've never heard of it.
Interesting. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
What is it?
It's a show called Alaskan Bush
I
People.
want to say it was
I didn't know.
TLC.
You didn't say that.
I'm not confident.
Yeah, I thought, okay.
Oh, you said that at the beginning?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that was what it was called.
Okay.
Yeah, she's already done.
Number 2. This is the title.
I think I'm not understanding this. Okay.
You got it.
Okay, I'm going to say the title. I'm going to say the description.
Okay,
You say if you
Molly,
think it's real.
Molly. You got it. Shoot me.
Oh.
Ding. Okay. Extreme Roommate Roulette. In this outrageous reality competition, 10 quirky contestants are randomly paired.
Me and Molly like, fake, boo.
Do you want me to finish?
It's fake.
Okay, yeah, it's fake. Wow, you guys. Okay. Here's one. Culinary chaos.
Fake.
In this zany cooking competition,
Zany.
amateur chefs are disguised as
You're
wait
writing
staff.
these funny
These are
adjectives that
fake.
we know they're fake. Quirky and zany. This is
Zany.
fake. This is fake.
This
Okay.
may be real.
Dude, I worked hard on this one.
She's like, awesome. I'm gonna fuck off then.
It's fake.
I'm
yeah.
gonna
it's
finish
fake.
it. Okay, they're tasked with preparing a secret dish
Period.
while serving actual customers. The twist, the customers are toddlers, and contestants have
Okay.
to make meals that will pass the
I like
picky
that.
eaters test while avoiding the
I
dreaded
love it.
meltdown.
I would
That's
love
actually
for it.
funny as hell.
I would
know
love
it's
for it
fake
to
though.
be real. I know it's
That's good
fake.
though.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Tell them,
Bridal-
tell them it's fake. Come on, tell them we're right. Tell me
It is
right.
fake. It is fake.
Thank
Okay.
you.
This next one, bridalplasty.
No.
Brides battle for plastic surgery procedures as well as celebrity-style dream weddings.
That seems real, but I know it's fake.
I'm gonna go real just because we haven't had a real in a while, but
It's real. It's a real show.
Shut the fuck up.
I think there was only one season of it, but yeah, it's
Wait,
real.
what's it called?
Tanya's literally gonna watch it
No, let me.
immediately.
When
I'm
we're
on
done with
Bing.com.
this- When we're done with this, I have one for you
Bridalplasty.
guys. Okay, continue.
No, you're dead. 2010. Where are they now? Bridalplasty. Wow.
Okay, next one. Title: Full Metal Jousting. Ready? Jousting.
Full Metal Jousting.
Jousting. It's not just for knights in medieval times anymore. It has now been transformed into a 21st century event for this reality series, which pits the country's top riders against one another. The competition is as intense as jousting was hundreds of years ago, but with a new twist. The traditional armor has been replaced by modern suits of steel.
It's real. I feel like it's real.
Is this beyond the U.S.? Is this any real?
I don't give you any
she
additional
shrugged.
details.
Wow. Simon says
I'm gonna
fuck
say
off.
real.
Oof.
I don't know though.
I'm gonna say fake.
It's real. Full Metal Jousting. Check it out, y'all. Also, shout out to the Reddit thread that I got some of these from.
Period. Love
Okay,
it.
last one.
Okay.
This one's called Survival Karaoke,
No.
Sing or Sink.
No.
In this reality competition, contestants are dropped into a remote wilderness where they must survive on limited supplies while also performing karaoke challenges to earn essential survival items.
If you came up with that, you need to be making more money at your job. I think that's fake, but that's fucking real. That's
okay,
fuck.
Molly,
Like, that's funny as
are you
hell.
Googling it?
No.
She goes, no, I'm texting. She goes, I'm about to FaceTime.
No.
Okay, Molly, I think thinks it's fake. It is fake.
It's fake.
I should clarify.
Did you make that up? That's
No,
so
I typed
good.
this into AI this
okay,
morning.
okay,
I
okay,
was
okay.
originally actually the one about the kids testing food. I literally put in
That's
on AI,
funny.
Chat
That was
GPT. I
funny.
said, come up with a TV show, and it was just like a chef cooking whatever.
Yeah.
And then I said, make it weird, and originally it was you were making cat food, and cats were the judges.
I love that. They'd all
And
be
I
like,
said,
no.
That's too obvious. So in
They're
my head, I
like, no.
thought, what's next to
Toddlers.
cats?
Literally toddlers.
Toddlers.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Is Chopped, any Iron Chef, any of the cooking shows? That's reality TV as well, and people
It's all
respect
reality
that.
TV, yeah.
It's everything's reality TV, and it gets such a bad rap. It's like if I say to somebody, "Oh, I only watch reality TV,"
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing about me, though. I will say about reality TV, I don't enjoy watching it really by myself. Like,
Can
I have to
tell
watch
you
it with
something
people.
that I regret with you. Oh my god.
I was about to tell the story
No,
earlier.
we need to tell this story. Okay.
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 Okay, so Alexa and I missed her train, and then we went
I went to go visit Tonya where she lives.
Where
I missed my train.
Yep.
So we went to go back to her apartment.
Back to my place.
And I was like, you know what, Tonya, you love Love Island.
And
let's watch an episode.
Yep.
I thought, I'm going to be honest, I did think you were going to start me off with like the first episode of the season.
I thought you were going to be so into I was like, girl, just wait. Like, this has been the best episode or series of TV I've ever seen. Just wait.
Okay, so the episode she shows me, once again...
Which I hadn't seen.
It's like the middle...
It was new.
She was like, it's a new episode out. I was like, okay. I don't know any of these people. I don't know what's going on.
No worries, you don't need to.
And on Love Island, if you don't know, they do challenges every week. And the challenge they did, if you've watched Love Island, I think this is become iconic.
And trigger warning.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
Vomit.
absolutely disgusting.
It was so bad.
One of them was like they had a line of people, and it was a 4th of July theme. So one of the themes was like they had on one end of the line of people, they had a bucket of ketchup, or was it ketchup?
Ew.
It was literally a bucket of every food you can imagine. A bucket of hot dogs, a bucket of ketchup, a bucket of ketchup.
And
bread,
they had
chips,
to fill at the
pickles.
other end of the line of people, there's an empty bucket. They had to, with their mouths, transport all of the ketchup from one bucket into the next one. So each person's like has a thing of ketchup in their mouth, and then they have to put it into the next one. And then they have to do that with hot dogs. Then they have to do it with and I'm sitting there watching this.
And I'm like, this is the first episode I'm showing her.
This is the one and only episode of Love Island I've ever seen. I just remember turning to Tonya and being like, this is disgusting.
And I was fast forwarding. I was like, I'm sorry.
You were like, it's not normally. I've told multiple people who love Love Island that you made me watch that episode, and they're like, that's insane.
Your friend's a shitty friend,
Yeah, they were like, I can't believe she had you watch that episode. Yes.
I did not know that was going to happen. It was live. I hadn't seen anything. We'd been together all weekend, and the episodes premiered the previous day, and I was like, Alexa, we've got to watch this
show. And to be fair, it is bold of you to be like, here's an episode I've never seen before, and you were like, this is going to get you into it. I was like, I never want to see this show again.
Never.
I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Listeners, dear reader, I fucked up. Real bad.
The thing I was just trying to look up and I couldn't find it, but there is a reality show from like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, I don't know, where it was like a singing competition show, but the people who were like on the show didn't know that they were being made fun of. So it was like the best singer, but they were really like the worst singers. And everyone in the audience, I'm not kidding, I can't remember the name of the show, but everyone in the audience thought they were like Make-A-Wish people. Yes. Seriously. I cannot find what the show was called. That's what I was trying to find. I can't find it, but it was like, so the girl that like won
Superstar USA.
Bang. Wow, you've
had
that so fast.
The girl that won was like an awful singer, and they tell her at the end, they finally like admit it to her, but like everybody in the audience thought that this girl was like dying of cancer, and it was like her Make-A-Wish. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
But it wasn't. She's
like,
bad
they're
singer?
Just bad singers.
So it says the WB's Superstar USA. It spoofed American Idol.
Yeah, it was like American Idol.
Essentially, it's polar opposite. Superstar USA judges told contestants that they were looking for the best singer when in fact they were looking for the worst. Secretly.
And so the girl that wins is like, oh my gosh, but she's an awful singer.
And she's the worst.
It's so insane.
I do think reality TV shows like that sometimes do play into like our worst.
Oh, it's the creator of The Bachelor, I'm pretty sure. It's Mike Fleiss.
Which also, I tried to get into The Bachelor.
Yup, correct. Bang, knew his name. Sorry. Go ahead.
Are you a Bachelorette person?
Listen. Okay, so let me give a quick history.
I never watched a single episode.
You would like it.
Really?
Back when it was better. Again, our social media ruined everything. So
back at it with the white fans. Sorry.
Back at it again with white fans. So Chris and I, for example, when we lived together, our favorite show, I'm gonna wager, was Jeopardy. He and I used to watch a lot of Jeopardy together. So on ABC, 7:30, always Jeopardy. 8 o'clock, Bachelor/Bachelorette.
Yeah.
So one day when I was dating, you know who. We censored for the viewers, for the listeners. It doesn't matter.
Viewers.
I'm literally nobody. I'm like, censored for the listeners.
Yeah.
So the Bachelorette comes on at that time at 8 p.m. And one day, Jeopardy had just finished, and it started playing out that the woman who won The Bachelor did indeed rescind his proposal from her. Yes, glad you both asked. And went to a woman in Virginia Beach
No,
Virginia
not
Beach.
Virginia Beach.
He went to her door in Virginia Beach and said, actually, Lauren, knock, 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 I would like to marry you instead of Becca.
Virginia Beach.
Yes, indeed, Virginia Beach. And they are still married, and they have 3 kids, and they are the greediest, thirstiest couple from Bachelor history.
Interesting.
Yes. So, from then on, I was hooked. So, when the woman who got proposed to initially, like, thought she found the love of her life, thought she won, blah, 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 lost, I was hooked. They made her the next Bachelorette, which they often do, but I didn't know this at the time. And so I started following since then. So from then, her name, it's Becca Kufrin, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. So from her season, I, like, watched forward. And do you guys know Kat Strauss on TikTok? She has a daughter. Okay, she's dating after the season. It, like, randomly always remains relevant in the, like, pop culture sphere. So I watched it since then, but I'm not going to lie. Once you've seen one, you've essentially seen them all.
I'm curious because I remember this being a very heated discussion in my college friend group. Do you think, like, the Bachelor, Bachelorette people are ever actually in love?
So, I would say yes, but it's so few and far between that, like, majority no. There have been a select few successful couples off of it. So, for the most part, I would say no.
Yeah.
But, like, when it does work, I think maybe it just happened to work.
Yeah.
But especially now in the age of social media, every person going on there is launching their influencer career.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all. And that's why it's not fun anymore. Everyone's just going to get famous.
There's a DC version.
Well, listen, you know there's Love is Blind is coming.
Yes.
Love is Blind DC is coming.
Yeah.
Bitch. And the cast got released, I think,
Yes,
yesterday.
like yesterday.
Yeah. And me and my coworker were very excited.
It's so
yes.
Okay.
Did you know anyone on there?
No, thank God.
Okay.
But people, I saw TikTok, somebody said it's Hinge the musical.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I want to say also, like, my closest tie to reality TV is friend of the pod, friend of me, Cassandra, was on
Shout
an
out.
episode of The Bride Coach, which came out, like, a couple years ago. It's the final episode. It's literally called, like, a bridesmaid tale or something. And she texted me beforehand, so it's about her brothers getting married and, like, it's about their wedding, but she was like, I want to be the biggest villain so I can get my spin-off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And honestly, on it is very wild to watch your friend who, like, I've known her since I was 18, just be on a reality TV show on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's very crazy. Go watch it. It's the last episode of the season. But yeah, so anyways, anything else we want to say about reality TV?
I just wanted to say, we talked about it earlier a little bit, but, like, just know, with reality shows, people are made out to look like villains, but really there's a thing called Franken editing, Franken bites, which it's a form of editing where it takes, like, pieces from other sentences and puts it with other sentences, and it can make a person look bad. And I just know that your fave villains from a reality show may just look bad.
Yeah.
And they may not really be that bad.
Yeah.
That's a thing that Hannah and Paige say a lot on Giggly Squad is, like, you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
All of what you, like, you never know. No one is
Yeah.
100% good and no one is 100% bad. It's all...
I'm also curious with Giggly Squad because, so, you actually didn't want to listen to the Giggly Squad podcast because you had been on Summer House and they were portrayed, I think, as villains. How are they portrayed as...
So, Summer House is literally my favorite reality show ever. I'm not going to lie. I think it's the best show that Bravo has ever put out.
Okay.
I was so turned off by both Paige and Hannah. And Hannah was the obvious villain on that season. And, like,
Really?
Yes, yeah. Whether they made her out to be that or not, she just unfortunately turned out to be the villain. But Paige did as well. They both just looked, like, lazy. People made fun of them for just always being in bed. They never helped out with the house. They never cleaned. They never took the trash out, like, whatever. And they were fighting with this other couple, like, all this other stuff. And there was so much in the beginning of their podcast that I was like, this is just, like, embarrassing. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
What was the point of Summer House? I don't really know that much about the show.
So all they do, the concept is, it's these New Yorkers. Mm-hmm. They share a summer house in the Hamptons. Yeah. So they all go in money-wise and rent a house in the Hamptons, which is like
a
the
time
thing.
share.
It's like literally, it's the thing to do if you're in New York. You like vacation in the Hamptons, blah,
right.
blah, blah. So they, in the early seasons, it would show them doing a little bit of their normal life. Like they all had jobs. I'm putting that in quotes as like whatever in the city, which some of them did have jobs. And then on the weekends, they would party hard at this house in the Hamptons. So it would just show their whole summer of weekends in the Hamptons.
And they're all
but
in
now
their
that's
mid-20s.
essentially their paycheck. They used to be all in their well, Kyle and Lindsay and Carl were always older. Like there's some of the casts like now are
old
40.
in general. It's like they're 30 years old.
No.
How old are
Just
Paige
older.
and Hannah? I don't even.
Now they're in their early
Hannah's
30s.
33.
Oh, okay.
Paige is like 31.
Yeah.
I think turning 32 soon.
But when they were on the show, I think they were
25, 26, like young, mid.
So were they
20s.
friends already?
So they used to work at Betches, which is like a media company. You've definitely seen their memes.
Which my favorite
they used to be like a big
Hannah Berner
Instagram account.
interviewed Teresa
Giudice.
Yeah, Guidas.
Well, she calls it Giudice, yeah.
Giudice.
Yeah.
And she said, wait, how is it said?
I don't know. I don't watch New Jersey. You probably know more than me.
I
Again, I'm
Guidas.
the fake reality
and she's
TV
like,
expert.
she introduces her and she's like, oh, I'm here interviewing Teresa Giudice.
No, it's not pronounced like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. And literally
and
Teresa
Teresa's
goes,
like, no.
She's like, wait, what did you just say my name was? And it's like so funny. I don't know.
I think she says Giudice, which is criminal. It's Giudice. It looks like Giudice.
Yeah, I don't know how
If
to
you
say
knew
it.
Italian, you would probably imagine it's Giudice, but I'm pretty sure she says Giudice. But she has three very pretty daughters, I must say. Because they have...
What'd you say?
Which one?
It
Melania?
was so funny, Melania, the one who sang the song.
No, that's Gia. Waking up
Gia,
in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better.
But so
and her dad was like literally going to jail.
It's not funny. It's like so sad because her parents were like going to jail.
Yeah,
so she was really going through it. But it was like it's so fucking
that makes me
funny.
also think about like this isn't reality TV, but like Rebecca Black when she came out with Friday.
She got death threats.
Yeah, she got, and she was like,
kill yourself.
You're write
so
that like I was like
stupid.
15 years old.
Her parents were just rich, and she just was able to.
She was like, I literally thought this was gonna
career.
like go to my grandma and be like, look, this is like a fun thing that I did.
Yeah,
and people were
but
like,
meanwhile, it's like the Kennedy assassination is compared to it. Like it's really crazy.
I remember on my high school announcements on Friday they would play it, like the Rebecca Black song. All over the high school, and everyone would go, boo!
Yeah.
Which is insane. It's like this girl just like, anyways.
She was just like a normal girl like us that maybe had a little more money.
And I think it's interesting. So going back to Demi Lovato's Child Star doc, she has these random kids that she interviews in it, where she's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like, I want to be a famous athlete. I want to be a famous singer. I want to be a famous, what do you call it? Like a game player. What is it? Video gamer or whatever, game player or whatever. And the thing is, people are always craving this fame because that's what they see online, like these young kids. But the fame is like actually not great. And I always think like, not to quote my dad, but he always talks about like Warren.
Shout out Mark.
That's not my dad, but
John.
His name's John. My brother-in-law is Mark, but close.
Please cut that out.
I don't think he's gonna listen this far.
No, cut it out.
No. It's,
it does look like a
I literally was talking about the podcast. He's like, oh, I always forget to listen to that thing.
Stop, I know it's
what
John.
he said.
I don't think he knows how to use it.
No, please cut it out. I'm not kidding.
My dad, he always talks about
Doran.
Warren Buffett's partner, who nobody knows his name because he's like not famous, but he's like still super wealthy. And the goal I think is to be wealthy without famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always because one thing I love about Tonya, she is not searchable online. She was trying to send a picture to someone recently of herself, and she was like, "Do you think this picture looks good?"
He's asked me for the name of this podcast. I said, if we're still talking about Christmas, maybe I'll send it to you.
I almost had my dog Instagram follow your Instagram, but I was like, I don't think she uses it.
No, I went to
we don't even follow each other, and we're about to right now.
Okay,
we're about to be live on this podcast.
Well, I didn't think you used it.
To finish what I was gonna say, Tonya, I went to go be like, oh, what pictures look good of you? I took a screenshot. I'm like, Tonya, you don't have any photos on Instagram. You deleted them all.
I don't.
Or
I
archived or whatever.
screenshotted that because that was the funniest thing you've ever said to me. You said, this is a time that Facebook would come in handy. Or having any fucking Instagram photos, like all caps. That was good shit.
Yeah.
That was good shit, Alexa.
Zero posts!
She used to have posts.
I had posts.
The Instagram follows.
I got really, I don't know, last like Christmas, I didn't want to be perceived, and I just got the ick from myself.
What's your fake Facebook persona?
Tara K.
Why would you do
that? Tara K is active on DC Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, she wants to buy things on Facebook Marketplace.
Tara K is buying shit on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, but Tonya is not.
No,
Tonya is not.
Tanya's not out here. She's not doing it. I actually was surprised you wanted to come on this podcast. I was like, I don't think she's gonna want to do it because she doesn't want to.
No, I'm obsessed. I love that. Well, you had always said I want to do a podcast.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't want to be famous, so I'm really, really happy that you did it regardless.
Yeah,
and I'm honored to.
Which
be
also,
here.
I love that you're like, oh, I think this podcast will be famous. We have a total, I think, of 50 listeners.
How many listeners did you think fucking Giggly Squad had when they started?
True, very true.
Fuck them. And guess what? They had a goddamn nationally syndicated reality TV show to start with.
True, very true.
Fuck 'em.
And we love all of you listeners out there, which is mostly our close friends and family.
And we love you so
those
much.
who aren't, thank God you're here.
Wait, can I give a special shout out to Miss Emily? We love you so much.
She'll be on here probably eventually.
Yeah, she will.
She's a good friend of the pod. But
friend of the pod.
Reeling it back in. Anything else we want to say about reality TV?
I love it so much, and anyone who thinks that it's fake or it's bullshit or it's gossipy, please take a deep, long look in the mirror, because I'm sure your favorite shows are also the same.
I always find it wild. Like, so Tonya, you don't really watch any TV or any movies.
I literally tell people all the time, I go, I don't watch TV, I watch reality TV.
Yes.
That's it.
She watched, like, 2/3 of Saltburn, and then like she was like, how does it end, by the way?
Yeah.
And I was like,
let me tell you, Tonya.
You stopped like right at the part when you told me where you stopped. I forget what it was. I was like, that's the part where it gets really wild.
He was
Which
like in
part?
the cemetery with Rosamund.
My God, you stopped there?
No, he was with Rosamund Pike, and they were like chatting.
Yeah. Which I always say Molly kind of looks like Rosamund Pike. Okay.
Do you not like that?
I always say Tonya kind of looks like my sister, which is like
I think
not.
like
Tonya looks like a lot of people to me, like in a
Tonya,
good way.
I always say
like,
looks like
a
rich
beautiful.
bitch.
Thank you, Alexa.
Just like I don't know, just like beautiful.
Thank you, Molly. Well, the one I get most
that broke the sound.
Poe
woke up from a dead sleep.
The sound barrier.
Do you get that? Yes, from Rat Race. Yes.
Sorry. Wait, Molly. Okay, wait.
I don't know who exactly.
So the person,
is gonna be fun.
Please edit this out. The person I get most often is Selena Gomez, and I joked with her the other day. I was like, "But you mean like pre-lupus, right? Ha, lol. Like, you mean like 2016? Lol.
Keep that in.
Keep that. Like Justin Bieber. Lol. Because now I don't know.
I don't think Selena Gomez. I don't know.
Another one I used to get a lot: Victoria Justice.
If Selena Gomez and Victoria Justice had
a
baby.
I thought of this the other day. Have you watched The Perfect Couple?
No.
Okay, there's an
but
actress.
Emily listened to that on audiobook, and then she's maybe watching it.
She
Emily was
Emily does like it.
Emily
Shout
was
out to
messaging
Emily.
our podcast Instagram.
There's an Irish actress that you look like literally the whole time
Houston?
I watched it. I thought she looked like Tonya.
Shut up, Molly.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
She's Bono's daughter.
Bono's daughter. Yeah, you look like her.
Sunday,
if you pull her,
bloody Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Bono. Pull her up.
What?
Pull her up. She looks like her to me, and you might not think she does.
Shit, I just
to
exited
me.
out on all my tabs.
Not this one.
I'll never get them. No, not this one.
Don't quit the podcast.
Quit.
This is gonna be a great time to edit.
Okay,
I'm glad I have 3 days.
I don't know. You won't see it in the photos, but like when she speaks, she looks like you. Like there, like I don't know. She just looks like you.
This bitch can pull off a red lip.
Does she not look like Tonya?
The thing is, I see Tonya. I just see
I
my
literally
sister.
look at that.
No,
No,
Alexa,
look at. Look.
Shut up. Wait. Dear reader,
Look
I'm
at that.
posing. I'm posing like this Irish actress.
Exactly like her.
Do it again, Tonya. Hang on.
That's crazy.
Perfect.
She also kind of looks like Ella Purnell, does she not?
Who's
the hell
that?
is that?
Yeah, thank you.
She's from Fallout. She was also in the
Y'all know a lot of
what's that
stuff.
bug show where they
Yellow Jackets.
crash in the plane. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that's really good.
It's
on
really good.
Paramount.
It's
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah. I'll never watch it.
The bug show.
Back to our agenda.
What were we talking about? Okay, let's talk about child stars.
Okay.
Child stars.
So, moving on from reality TV. So yeah, as I said, I did watch the Demi Lovato Child Star documentary. I thought it was actually very good. I sat down to watch like maybe 30 minutes of it.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Hulu.
Because I saw she was on Jimmy Fallon and he was like painted. Dude, like
what?
His face, he had like glitter paint on his face, and she's like being dead serious, being like, yeah, I think trauma like forces us to forget things, and it cuts to him and he's like, right, and it's like purple face.
I do think Jimmy Fallon is tone deaf, and also
he's so goofy.
I think
he's so
hot.
No, I was gonna say he's a little coked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also didn't know the thing about him and Nicole Kidman until Chris
almost dated, yeah.
Yeah, until Chris like
That's
pulled up the
really
whole
funny,
video
yeah.
like those like 2 weeks ago.
She's like, maybe he's gay.
Yeah. It's great. If you don't know, look up the video.
Yeah.
But so the documentary was interesting. I think it like brings up a lot of interesting topics about being famous that young, which I think is really interesting. But the thing is, it's weird because so Demi Lovato is one of the directors of it, and it is very much the Demi Lovato story with some other child actors sprinkled in.
But she already has a documentary about her.
Well, that's
Does she really?
She's got several, actually.
She has several.
She's got at least 2.
Yeah.
One of them came out where it was just on YouTube where she like was like, I'm gonna beat this bitch up. Do you know what I mean? She's like, I thought to myself, I'm gonna beat this bitch up. And then
about her like substance abuse issues. Yeah.
And then the one where she almost died. Like this most last like blue lips, like drugs, passed out.
I mean, she's like almost
was sexually
died.
assaulted.
Oh, wow.
Like, she actually cannot see fully. Like the drug abuse and like the way that I think she almost had a stroke. Or no, I think she did have a stroke actually.
Mm-hmm.
She can't drive. She cannot, like, there's a lot of things she cannot do now. And she has a song called California Sober, which a lot of people use to refer to as I only, like, smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
And in the documentary I'm referring to, Elton John stars for, like, a second, and he goes, sorry, I don't think that's true. I think you're either completely sober or you're not. And I love Demi, but, like, I just think it's either one or the other.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they always say they know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she obviously has been through a lot, but also, I'm so sorry. I think this was already done better by Quiet on Set.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
When this thing came out, I was like,
So she had like
So what's she doing now? Yeah, what is it?
So it's interesting, she had like some other child stars on there. Like she had Keenan, and she had Raven Simone. She had Allison Stoner.
I saw on TikTok on the Raven Simone. Okay,
yeah.
And
I thought it was
like
interesting.
Allison Stoner too.
I do like. I love Allison
Yeah.
Stoner.
Okay.
She had Christina Ricci and Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is just so interesting to watch speak. As always.
Love that she has
very
a show.
well spoken.
Yeah.
Very well. I love that she's always like up on people.
Yeah,
she's literally like this.
She's a physical affection love
Knees
language.
on chest.
Yeah.
Just how'd your mom affect
And
you?
this is not an exaggeration. She's
up
literally
on
like
them.
this.
Up
Yeah.
on them.
I can't imagine as someone who like is averse to any
Exactly.
type of physical
I'd be like,
affection.
can
I'd be
you
like,
actually move?
Yes.
Like, and I love Drew Barrymore so much, but I'd be like, can you move back a little bit?
yeah. I'm
6
not.
feet.
I don't
Yeah.
like people touching me ever. But so I think like that was interesting. But
I'd be
it's,
touching Alexa.
but
me,
she's
and
a big hugger.
me and Emily be touching Alexa.
She's like up on them though.
Yeah, she is, and it's interesting because it's like like on a talk show format. So they had like child stars, which I think they brought interesting perspectives, but then they would allude to, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but like bigger child stars. So they like had
Macaulay
this
Culkin.
yes, who
okay.
didn't like they had like scenes from Home Alone on there, and they talked about them. They had scenes from like Harry Potter with like Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. Shout out to if you don't know, I thought was my former soulmate because we had the same birthday.
Rupert Grint?
Yeah, I really.
August 24th, baby.
He's in August. I to the point where like I literally measured out the hours of like our birthdays the same on this day, like in England.
That's cute.
And like when I was like 14,
have turned out well.
they have, but I think it's also like
somehow
they had a lot of parental control, and also
Yeah.
like we don't know like the full extent of anything because they are actually very private people. I think that's the key thing. And then like they would talk about like Miley Cyrus, and I'm like, I would have loved if they were here actually talking about this
let's not
topic.
talk about them and then not have them here.
Well,
That's weird.
Are you saying, like, I wonder how much of that is American versus European? Is that,
That's
like, I don't know,
something.
like, how
Yeah.
the details
Maybe.
of how the Harry Potter movies were made? Were there more...
Well, they
rules
had like I think it's like the director.
imposed?
I can't remember the director of the casting of Harry Potter who was like, I want to make sure these kids know what they're getting
protected,
into.
yeah.
So you know who I think about often though is Dakota Fanning and
Ooh,
Elle
yeah.
Fanning, who
Is
are
she
both
the perfect
child.
couple?
Yes.
Okay,
Dakota
I
Fanning.
haven't watched it
Dakota-
yet, but I'm going to soon.
Dakota,
and shout out to Emily because she just finished the audiobook.
Yes, she did. Yes. Dakota is, like, to me, the epitome of a child star.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was actually so, like, or is so talented as a child. She was so talented. She was also very, like, mature as a child. People kind of made fun of her a lot because she was, like, they would make fun of her on, like, SNL because she was so, like, overly mature, serious. But, like, she's so with Twilight normal now.
Yeah.
Why was she in that? Sorry.
But I don't know.
She
like,
rocked that shit as a Volturi.
As a Volturi, yes.
She rocks anything she's in.
Jane, I think was her name.
Yeah.
But even to now, like, okay, The Perfect Couple, she was in, like, a M. Night Shyamalan, whatever. She's, like, in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. The Watchers, which I saw, it was not good.
His daughter.
And
Elle Fanning was in that movie.
Elle is super successful.
She was in Neon Demon. She was in The Great.
All the Bright Lights, or what's it called? Where he kills himself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Conrad.
No, not The Summer I Turned Pretty.
No, I'm talking about the one where, like, the kid killed himself because she told him to, basically. There was that one.
That's Dakota, I think. That's a documentary, because that's a real thing that happened.
No, it's not a documentary. It is a show. It's like,
it'll probably show.
I'm talking about All the Bright Places. All the Bright Places. That's what I'm talking about.
She was in The Girl from Plainville, which was about
that's a real thing where Michelle somebody, she told her boyfriend, she like encouraged him. I'm talking about All the Bright Places.
Okay.
Google that. That's sad. It's with an actor. He's famous too. I don't know his name though.
She is in that.
I know he's not. It's just but anyways, so I think it's interesting. Like they alluded to these actors, but they didn't like have them interviewed. And I'm like, and it's not the thing. Okay, so I think I was too young for Demi Lovato. Like I don't remember Princess Protection Program.
I never too old.
Or that's what I mean. Too old. I never watched Camp Rock. I've never seen.
Exactly.
I didn't really like Camp. I was in the age of Camp Rock.
And they're like.
I did not like Camp Rock.
The one girl though was in. Did you watch Secret Life of the American Teenager?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy show.
The blonde girl. She does a song in Camp Rock, and she was I'm too cool for my dress. These shades up in my head. Everything you say is so irrelevant. Yes.
No.
Too cool. And 2 stars were her songs.
I liked her songs. I had that song on my iPod Nano. Henny.
Yes, I
believe
love that. I used to get told, fun fact, in middle school that I looked like Megan Martin.
Yes.
Okay, do you think
Pretty Girl, look that up. Yes, absolutely. Very cute girl. Canadian actress. Look that shit up.
Is she Canadian?
Yes. And she was popular.
I don't think I look like her. No. That one. Right there.
She said the pretty one right there.
I was like,
the cute one right there. That's the one.
Whoever that other person is.
There's an American Ninja Warrior.
She is pretty. She is pretty.
Speaking of reality
clearly, I don't look like her.
I should be like that one.
Yeah, no.
I don't see it, but I did used to in middle school. I used to get that.
I could see it. It's the nose.
She had an episode of The Secret Life of the American Teenager where she was encouraging everybody to masturbate, and she was like, "You'll avoid teen pregnancy by just
that
masturbating."
show was so wild. Everyone was pregnant on that show.
Whack.
The characters.
Yeah, everyone was pregnant.
Amy.
Amy.
Ricky, that was like, who was the hot girl?
Oh, she's Francia.
She was friends with Selena Gomez.
She
gave her
Yes,
that's right. Gave her a kid.
They're not friends anymore.
They're not friends anymore. Notoriously not in the documentary.
Allegedly, they like.
What is this episode?
Not. Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, so the Child Star doc, it was good, but I think it could have been better. It was very much like following Demi Lovato's journey and story.
Francia Reza.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was hot in this show too.
Demi Lovato's like journey and story, and
so I've heard
because every year it changes. Bitch.
It does. I've heard an interesting theory about her. She doesn't have a brand. No one can that's why people don't like her. Is she doesn't have a brand.
What is Miley? But what is her music? What is it? We don't know.
Yeah, that's
true. It's rock. It's rap. It's
so Miley Cyrus is getting sued. For having the song Flowers. It's the same as one of the songs from Bruno Mars, like I can buy my, and it's like I can't
When I Was Your Man.
Oh yeah. But Bruno Mars is not the one suing her, and I don't know the details of it.
He's suing her?
No, Bruno Mars is not suing her. It's interesting. I forget
or some shit or like his. They don't sound a thing alike.
Miley, I'm fine with. It's Demi that doesn't have a brand.
Wait, do you guys think? Okay, this was the big one. Olivia Rodrigo, Good For You. Good for you. You look happy and
Yeah. Oh, did she do that?
Do you think? Yes.
Okay.
Do you think that sounds like Misery Business?
Yes,
Paramore?
I think she sounds like Paramore all the time. All
really?
the time.
Okay,
yes.
so do a lot of people. I've never heard it.
She definitely uses them as like an inspiration.
Okay. So
I
you
didn't think about
of it as
Misery Business specifically. Always. I think she sounds like them always.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah. She tries to be like Haley. What's her name? Haley
Williams. Yeah.
To me, like,
love her.
Inspired by her, I think. But yes, her songs do sound like her.
Yeah. So anyways, the thing is, like, it was a good watch. Like, I watched it pretty, because, like, I love Christina Ricci and Drew Barrymore's, like, perspectives.
Yes, yeah.
But it also was just like,
Christina Ricci. Who's that?
She was in, like, Addams Family Values. You've definitely seen her.
Christina Ricci.
Hang on. Oh, shit.
Sorry, y'all. I'm the reality expert that doesn't know jack shit, apparently. Christina Ricci.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Show her as like a kid.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I just screamed to you all. Oh!
Yeah.
No, that's Jenna Ortega. Okay, yeah. I'm looking
She does look like Jenna Ortega, but they both played Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
Got it.
She's been a bunch of stuff.
That's a hot costume to me. No, separate from that. Morticia and Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Interesting. I think it's been done, though, you know?
It has, you're right. It's classic, though.
Yeah, but so I think it was good. It wasn't like great. It wasn't. I wouldn't recommend it, but I also wouldn't say it was bad.
That's why I didn't really want to watch it, to be honest.
You put it on here. It wasn't on my radar until you put it on the list.
I know.
What?
Oh, okay. TV movie covers for books, Passionate Rage. Also, who the fuck is Kieran Shipka? Get into it. They both just gasped and their jaws are on the floor.
So first of all, I want to talk about...
Dear reader, we're in for it.
I've had this on the list for a while. I just want to bring up a segment of things that piss Alexa off. I actually think I sent you a long Snapchat about this. Why are we making movie covers and TV covers of books the book cover? Why are we doing this? It pisses me off so much so that I remember one time I called Barnes & Noble. I said, I want to order this book. I said, I want to order this book. I want to make sure I don't get the fucking movie cover when I order it. And the person was like, we have no way to ensure that. And I was like, well, then I'm not buying it.
Really?
I don't want a fucking movie cover. When I buy a book, I don't want Blake Lively's face on it. I don't want I don't want Hulu's promo cover on it. Okay, I don't want a little thing that's not a removable sticker that says, now a show on Netflix. I want the actual fucking book cover. Do not send me a book that has the promo of a movie or a TV on it. I don't want it.
Can I one up?
Sorry.
I don't want the fucking book cover that is printed in on it. It's not even a sticker. It's what you thought was a sticker this whole night on Chris's t-shirt. Yeah. But it's literally printed in. Target Book Club. Fuck off!
I don't want that.
I don't want the cover!
Just give me...
I don't want the goddamn Target circle printed into the fucking cover.
I don't want it!
It pisses me off!
I've been angry about this since I was like 13.
Shout out Rachel if you made it this fucking far. I love a book by the author Anne Patchett. It's called The Dutch House.
Yes!
I told you about it.
Yes!
I fucking love this book.
I want to buy it. I don't want the Target
want the goddamn Target thing. I unfortunately I lent it to my ex to borrow, and he never fucking gave it back to me, even though he was fucking illiterate. And the one that I replaced it with, unfortunately, has the goddamn Target, like, it's imprinted on it. It's not a sticker. It's in it. It's in it.
Not a sticker. And it pisses me off.
The amount of volume, like, adjusting. I can see
the spikes in goddamn volume.
The rage I'm seeing as well.
This is maybe Matt's was 13. I don't fucking want it, and there's no way to ensure if I'm ordering it from Amazon, if I'm ordering from like to the point where I'm calling Barnes & Noble.
Is the shit on there, like, or is it not?
Give me the original graphic fucking design. I don't want the movie
don't want
cover.
bullshit that says Target Circle Book Club.
I don't want Brad Pitt on the cover of my book.
Yes!
Give me the original design.
I want the fucking Dutch House book cover.
Why is it so hard?
I don't know.
Why is it so difficult? Why are they promoting? I understand. It's promoting the TV show. I put a removable sticker. I peel that shit off. And you know what? It's oddly satifying. I hear the shh. I peel it right off.
One nice thing.
Peel that shit
Alexa, how do you peel it? Exactly.
It's great. It's
And
phenomenal.
then we don't have to ruin our goddamn entire book cover. And now I look at that thing on my bookshelf every time. I'm like, this is cheap shit. This is cheap shit.
It's cheap.
Cheap
I
shit.
get rid of it. I put it in the Goodwill bin.
Trash.
I say,
literally,
good luck whoever.
Good luck, Goodwill.
Good luck whoever wants to watch this book.
Good luck, Goodwill. Who wants to watch this shit that says Target Circle Book Club? Go fuck yourself.
Any book club book. Anyways.
So don't get me started. Reese's Book Club.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Oprah's Book Club. And shout out to both of them. But I don't care. I don't want it on my
shout
book.
Out, support women. But
believe women or whatever. Shout out to you, Oprah. But and I know Oprah's listening. But I don't want it on my fucking book. I don't want it on my book.
Oprah downloads Poppin In
no,
every
Oprah Winfrey's
week.
on this shit. She's popping in. Oprah's
I don't want it. I don't think I'm the only one.
Oh my god.
Molly's like so silent.
I'm
She's
so
like,
fucking happy right now. Oh my fucking
and
god.
it pisses me off. I sent a whole Snapchat to you about this,
reading.
Tanya. Do you not remember?
Yes.
Yeah. It was in the Harris Teeter parking lot. And I was like, I hadn't even bought a book that day. I was just thinking about it.
I know.
I was just thinking. It just hit me.
Should be pissing Alexa off. I like that.
Should be pissing Alexa off.
And I like that about you, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I hate that
anyways.
shit. So yeah, I have a fucking printed copy of The Dutch House, a book that I goddamn love, which shout out Rachel and shout out Louise. Listen to this. So one of my best friends who lives in Denver, her name is Rachel. Her mom went to high school with Ann Patchett, the author.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know. And Ann Patchett owns a bookstore in Nashville.
Oh.
And I'm dying to go there one day and get a book. I want The Dutch House signed by her. I've read several of her books.
But you got to make sure it's not the fucking
Target fucking Circle
or some other
Circle.
stamp.
Yeah, you can't.
As soon as they make it into a movie.
Right. You look like a goddamn tourist at an airport.
Absolutely
I hate it.
not.
You're just buying this shit.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's terrible. I hope people understand what we're fucking talking about.
I think people will. Molly's never been more
Molly's like,
silent.
what the fuck?
Molly's like, I just enjoy books for what they are. And I'm like, the aesthetic.
The cover is ruined. I need the thing because on the Dutch House specifically, it is meant to look like a painting that they describe in the book. And the version that I have, that I got off Facebook Marketplace because my fucking illiterate ex didn't give me my goddamn book back. I didn't realize this when I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. It has a big stamp in the corner. Target Book Club. And I can't change it.
That used to be a removable sticker. They made an active
decision. Now they printed it in. And
Yes.
that's capitalism at its worst.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why we're socialists.
Period. Next topic.
Period.
Done. So.
Who's Kieran Shipka?
Okay, Kieran Shipka. She played, do you remember the Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch or whatever, where it was like they were kind of devil worshipping? Hang on.
I mean, I remember the show with Melissa.
I also remember, I used to watch that every Saturday while I ate
Melissa
soup
Joan.
and cookies. And while you think that is a story from when I was 12, this was
post
last
it
year.
a lot on your Instagram.
That was last year because I love Salem. This is her. She was also in Mad Men. She's been in a bunch of random shit.
Wait, is that not
what?
Melissa blank blank? What's that actress's name?
So her name is Karen
No,
Karen
but
Shipka.
who am I talking about? Melissa Joan
Hart.
McCarthy? Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan McCarthy.
She was the original.
Yeah, she was the original, but she also played. She also played the new
remake.
one that was based on like the Riverdale whatever.
I'm talking about her right here. I know that's Karen Shipka.
So I don't know. Dumois has been posting a lot about her
It's
and
the better one.
John Mayer potentially dating. So I don't know. I find it interesting because Rob Lowe's son is also always with them when this happens. So it's like almost he's like a decoy. They post pictures. She's like leaving the club with Rob Lowe's son, and then John Mayer will be like casually.
She like scary looks like
What
Melissa Joan Hart.
about?
Wow.
So like.
I'm sorry. I fuck with John Mayer. My bad. I like him. Oh my god. Y'all heard Edge of Desire? That's a good song.
So I guess her and Rob Lowe's
What?
son, what's his name?
Johnny Lowe?
Johnny Lowe.
Robbie Lowe.
So they'll like be at the club together, but then it'll be like John Mayer.
John Owen Lowe or something.
John Owen. Yeah. Then John Mayer will be seen like leaving kind of nearby. So to clarify, so Kieran Shipka.
What is this?
Kieran Shipka, this is how old she is. She is
Kiernan.
Kieran.
I don't know.
I'm saying it wrong.
Well, I don't know.
She's
I'm not
24.
confident on Irish
Brennan.
John Mayer.
names. Oh. 45 or some shit.
Crap.
John
Oh
May.
my God.
45, I believe.
John Mayer is 46. What did I
Oh,
just
he's
say?
about
She
to be
was 24.
47. Ew.
Yes.
Ew.
So I don't know if this is going to be
I mean, he
confirmed.
dated.
But I
Didn't he
see,
date
like,
Taylor Swift at one point?
Yeah. He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did.
So I don't know if this has been confirmed,
Long
but
Live the Night,
Dumois
so
has been
days
posting
once
about it lately.
revolved
They've been
around
around each other a lot. And I just think that's very interesting that they would be together. Like, so random, first of all. I don't mean to, like, I'm not here to shame anyone on their, like, dating things or whatever.
I am.
Okay.
Personally, I'm sorry. I will forgive one instance, but more than one, you either have a terrible support system or you don't know how to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. And also, I think it's Giggly Squad that said this. It's like, when famous people become famous, they kind of are stuck at the age they became famous at. That's why Leonardo DiCaprio, like, dates all these, like, 25-year-olds or whatever.
That's a him issue.
I think it is.
Again.
And I honestly think, I'll be honest, a little embarrassing.
Embarrassing. And if I was a 25-year-old woman, I would hope I had family that said, hey, probably don't date a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm 29 right now. I can't imagine dating someone who's 25.
Oh my God, we're the same age.
Oh my God, for a few weeks.
It's the 2 months, it's the 2 months a year that we're the same age.
For a few weeks.
I couldn't could you imagine dating anyone below the age of, like, 25?
I would never date anyone below my age currently. Like,
wow, really? If you were single, you 29 and that's it?
No.
It's just
Yeah.
I would do ages. Like, it's such different
Look,
stages.
what are you talking about?
You're 27.
28.
You're 28. Okay,
I just
yeah.
turned 28.
You just turned, okay.
Yeah.
What if you were single? What's the lowest you would go?
I don't, like, 26 maybe? Like, I
Same.
feel like, I just feel like anything.
Wow. Okay.
26
Period.
is kind of in the same stage of life.
I agree.
You know?
I
Like, I
agree.
don't feel like early 20s is just a different stage
ballgame.
of life.
Yeah.
I just think I just want to date a guy who's older, like my age or older. My age or older, because it's like,
you got one downstairs, and I love that.
Yeah, he's downstairs. He's drinking his fucking old fashioned.
He's in the house.
He's playing some.
He's in the house. He's playing Madden
baseball.
or some shit.
Yeah, he's playing some football game.
Yeah,
He bought this house, and that's why, because he's older. Well, yeah. I mean, that's not why.
And shout out to you, Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to you, Chris. I would go. Okay, so I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 in 2 months. The youngest I would go is 28.
I don't think you should go younger.
I understand and value your opinion. My ideal is to go my age or older.
But you're a very
I
mature
think about-
person also.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest, like, people that I work with who are, like, any younger than 26, I'm like, you guys are just so immature.
It's crazy.
They just
You
seem
don't know.
immature.
They don't have their own health insurance.
Yeah.
And you don't know until you pay that premium, until you pay, like, that fucking deductible, you don't know.
Yeah.
So that's all I really have to say about that. I don't know if they are dating, but I think it's interesting.
Kieran.
Yeah, I love to see older woman with a young man. I'm very biased. I don't like to see an older man with a young woman.
Hate that. Wait, old man crushes. Who you got?
Oh,
I know your
Tanya's currently looking at our doc that has, like, literally topics that we talked about when we first started this.
Pedro Pascal. He's almost 50.
Yeah.
Sing to me,
And
Paolo.
I love him. Sing to me, Paolo.
I think Steve Carell has aged really well.
Are you a Steve Carell girl?
I love that little
Shut
pepper.
You know what's weird is, like, I do love Steve Carell, but not in that.
Old crushes.
Yeah, who's your old man crush?
Oh, good.
Whoa.
That's your question?
Is
Well, she
Hugh
pulled it
Grant an old man?
Yes.
Hugh Grant.
He's old now.
Okay.
Molly does not like Hugh Grant. What do you like Hugh Grant
so
from?
mean.
I'm curious.
Notting Hill.
Yeah.
I've never
That's
seen
the
that.
one. But that's when he
Yeah.
was a young man.
Yeah.
Did you see him as an Oompa Loompa in Unfrosted?
I sure didn't.
Unfrosted.
Or sorry, in
he wasn't unfrosted.
in Wonka.
He wasn't
Wish he
unfrosted though.
He wasn't Unfrosted.
He just seems like an asshole to me. Like, if you've ever seen interviews with him, she was saying I don't like him. Like, that's why.
Oh, and I like him from where Keira Knightley's like, I look quite pretty. It's like your
Love Actually.
Yes,
Love Actually?
yes. That's what I like him from. Love Actually.
Yeah.
Actually. Notting Hill is kind of a movie about nothing. I like him from Love Actually.
Okay, interesting. What's your? Oh well, yours is Pedro Pascal.
That's not an old man. No.
Okay.
Yeah, who's your old man?
Mine might be like Bryan Cranston.
Okay.
Hot.
He's
is
so
interesting.
hot.
I used to think he was kind of wild looking when he was on Malcolm in the Middle.
That was the hot
here's
part.
the thing. Here's how I know. Okay, let me just say something. So one thing about me is, like, well, Alexa always jokes about this. I don't know if it's really true, but she claims that I can only watch a show if, like, there's
You said this about yourself.
If there's a hot guy in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really true. But Breaking Bad was the one show where, like, I never paid attention to where someone was hot or not. Like, I never cared. Like,
there are
it
hot
was just
people in
such
it.
a good show. No, there's really, I mean, there are, but, like, I never thought about it like that because it's such a good show that I just didn't think about it. But then later, I'm like, oh my God, Bryan Cranston actually, like, aged so well. Like, he is really fine, honestly.
Yeah,
he's a handsome man for sure.
The thing is,
That's
one
a
thing
good
about
pick.
me is
Yeah.
I know I'm going to age like a bulldog. And I'm
Oh,
really
shut
upset
the
about
fuck
that.
up.
Say that. That's
I
not
just can
nice.
tell the jowls.
Don't say I was just gonna don't fucking talk about jowls.
I just can tell.
What are jowls?
But-
What
Shut up.
do you mean by
Like-
that?
When
the
you
things-
like hear them by the chin like that.
That's not a nice thing to say.
It's
Don't
not.
say
So
that.
don't say that.
Well, thank you. Wow.
Chastised publicly on the pod.
Curious about things not nice to say. How do you feel about Joey King?
Don't like.
Okay, so let me just...
like it. I don't like it.
Okay, so for those who've listened
A lot
to
of
recent
people
episodes,
I don't like her eyes.
I'm really pissed off because she is the star in this adaptation of this YA novel called The Uglies.
Which I've never heard of.
Wait,
Have you read the
also
book?
in the goddamn no, but she's also in the goddamn Taylor Swift universe. You know, she was in her
Is
music
she?
video. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh, I
she was
didn't
in a
know
music
that.
video of hers. Yeah.
Well,
course.
okay, so I have
Sorry.
been really invested in The Uglies since 2008. They've been, like, potentially adapting it for the past 15 years, so they finally did. Imagine my reaction.
I never read that. I
never
remember
read it
people
either.
being obsessed with it.
It's the best. It's one
It's
of the
literally, it's like a Black Mirror-esque
Yes.
thing.
It's like one of the best
Oh,
YA
yeah, I remember
series
people
I've
saying
ever read. I read it again as an adult during the pandemic. I was like, still phenomenal. Imagine my reaction to find Joey King as cast as the lead.
Mom.
Bomb. Right? But I have
Okay, go ahead.
so I finally watched it. It's not a series, it's a movie. I was wrong this whole time. So I watched it the other day, and Joey King absolutely, I'll be honest, does suck in that role.
Really?
Yes, it is just not rightly cast for her, I don't think. But also, I would say the casting of 90% of that movie is so bad.
The
way
actor
it's
from
done.
OBX is in it too.
Yeah.
OBX,
Which one?
The Outer Banks.
OBX.
I said OBX.
Molly, did she ever tell you one time when I was with my ex, he was like, I have a feeling we're going to run into someone famous tonight. And we met an actor from OBX at fucking Greenleaf.
Oh, I did hear about this.
It's not OBX, it's Outer Banks.
Oh.
No, I called it OBX. Sorry, I don't know why.
Right, of course.
Yes,
I
he
literally,
played-
but I don't watch
But
the
we
show.
ran into the evil
The
dad.
dad,
Evil
yeah.
Dad. Yeah, and I
was
wasn't
at
going to say anything.
Greenleaf.
And then
That's crazy.
our friend Julia, shout out Julia, was like, do you guys want a picture with him? And it was our friend,
Of course,
other
Julia.
Emily.
Shout out Julia.
And I remember
for
I sent
doing
it.
that.
Irby was there? No.
No, different Emily.
Grosjean.
Yeah, Emily Grosjean, who also listens to this.
Mute that. Oh.
No, she listens to this.
Oh,
Shout
it's
out
okay.
Emily.
Shout out.
Emily.
And she was like, I'll go ask if he wants to take a picture with you. Julia said that.
Shout
and so
out
then,
to people who are like that because I could
yeah,
never do
I could
that.
never do that. And he took a picture with us. I sent it to my sister, who then said, wow, that's a great Halloween costume for him. I said, no, it's him.
It's him.
Like, no, that's
it's
literally
it's
the
him.
guy.
It's him. Yeah.
It's him. Anyways.
So
yeah, one of the main guys who plays John B. Chase is
Something.
in
John B.
Yeah, is in The Uglies. And just the whole movie is just like, it pisses me off. I've waited like 15 plus years for this adaptation to happen. It finally happens. They clearly are just like, oh, this is some dumb, like, YA bullshit type of thing. And just like it should have been phenomenal.
Yeah. And it
wasn't. It wasn't.
So there's a scene where, like, the way that they make her look not ugly, because, like, again, she starts out ugly and then turns pretty or whatever.
Joey King.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just giving her full glam. Like, that's all they do. It's just, like, full glam.
You know, okay, what's the best instance to you guys in a movie of someone going from, like, ugly to cute? Because I've got
good
my
question.
answer.
Okay, you go first. I don't know.
Princess?
See, I would have said
Yeah!
that.
Damn, that's what I was gonna say.
I think we all were gonna say
Well, okay,
that.
but if we all thought of it, then it was that impactful.
Well, wait, what's
I give
Anne
you
Hathaway.
this, and give you a princess.
A princess.
Oh,
Anne Hathaway, like, I
iconic.
literally felt so seen by her just fucking falling all over the place
That
all the
movie
time.
is so good.
She's so...
And then
I
can
see
we talk
that.
about
She also plays Jane Austen
her
in
friend,
Becoming Jane.
Period.
her friend,
And she's so gorgina.
her friend Lily is like not a good friend.
She's a fucking
She
bitch.
sucks. She
Yeah.
sucks.
She's so jealous. She showed up
So
with her
jealous.
goddamn, her nice hair, and this bitch was like, fuck you, my
Yeah.
brother wants to have sex with you, I hate you.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, she was a hater.
She was a hater.
She goes, can we take the limo? These hills are killing me. Oh, you want to take the limo? But I thought I was a loser for having a limo. You know what I mean? She made her feel so bad about herself.
She's so mean to her. She's like, I thought your dad died 4 months ago. Like, why do you
aren't
care?
You over
yeah,
it?
aren't you over it? Yeah.
She was like, my God.
Yeah, she
goes,
said
that bag. You have one of those bags? She's so mad at her. That is the first movie that I remember. I think it's the first movie that I ever saw in movie theaters. What was yours?
Oh.
See Spot Run.
What the hell is that?
What's that?
Like the animated The Dog movie?
No. Oh. It had David Arquette.
What?
And I think he was a police officer. Oh. And it had this like wild dog that he was training to be like a police dog. It's not an iconic movie.
What was yours?
Mine was a Tigger movie.
Aww.
T-I-G-G-Doga.
Wow. That was good. The way the sound was spiked.
That just really triggered me, like, in a good way, but, like, it really triggered me because...
What does he say? He goes, T-I-G-G-Doga. And then he says something else. What is it? He goes, like, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What's his other thing?
I'm gonna start crying.
Tonya, your memory is insane.
I know, that was really crazy.
I guess somebody's credit card.
Wait, remember that until
Tonya, what's your best impression?
T-I-G-G-Doga. And he's, oh, fuck, what does he say? He says, like,
well, he does go, the wonderful thing about Tigger's is Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yes! My best impression?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Of what?
Just kidding.
Excuse me. I don't know.
Interesting. We'll get back to you all on that.
Wow.
But anyways,
really true.
I've definitely got some, but I'm too shy to come up with them now. That'll be for the next guest episode with me.
I did almost start
with yours truly.
So anyways,
fuck the Uglies. That triggered something nice.
Wait, what?
He goes,
T-I-G-G-Doga. I haven't heard that in so long.
Oh.
I forgot about that. Anyway.
There's like a full. I'll send it to you. Well, Molly and I are sharing a bed tonight. Full disclosure, so we'll let you guys know in the next episode.
Molly's
like, actually, I'm going home.
They wake up at 3 a.m. and she's like, "Wait, this is it.
This is it."
What was those scary monsters from the Winnie the Pooh things? They were like the
Full disclosure, I was not a Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Girl. Like I've watched a few. Snippets.
I have a question. Can you tell us who Barnes is? Barnes, your little bear.
Oh, Barnesy Bear?
Barnesy Bear.
Yeah, so I have a bear that is in our guest bedroom. He's the Barnes and Noble bear. So they have a Barnesy Bear, and they used to have a dog. I forget what it was called. It was like Noble something. Wait, why?
I just think it's very cute, and I thought your listeners should know.
No,
I got it when I used to work.
on the pod now. Our listeners.
Yeah, our listeners. I got it when I worked at Barnes & Noble. Shout out when I used to work at Barnes & Noble and I served everyone the wrong drink all the time.
And gave them food that they almost like
died at the
from.
one in CW?
No, this was in Roanoke, Virginia. One, right? At the Valley View Mall.
Valley View.
Yes.
Go Noke.
If you ever bought a drink there.
What's the Noke mascot?
I went to Roanoke College. Their mascot is the Maroons. It's a bird.
Oh, it's a bird?
Period. It's a stupid mascot.
That's not a mascot.
It's not. It's a stupid
only
college.
Patriots and captains are mascots. Period.
Wow. Okay, so our last topic. Our last topic of the evening, we saw Speak No Evil with James McAvoy, who, when I mentioned this to Tonya earlier, she was getting ready in the bathroom and she said, "Who is that?"
Do yourself a favor, Tonya.
I still think it's crazy.
Look up any video of him. He is the hottest. Like, okay, so he's Scottish, right?
He's not hotter than fucking. All right, how do you feel about Vampire Diaries? Hold on. How y'all feel about Vampire Diaries?
Fucking
Ian
love.
Somerhalder.
Yeah, period. Okay, so my crush forever is Paul Wesley.
Oh, really?
Interesting. It's the chin really draws me out. Okay. This is
look at this. Hold on. What is
not
this?
my
crush forever.
James McAvoy to me is like just the hottest man alive. Like honestly, I love him so much.
Okay, he's a handsome guy, and he's also not my guy.
What is this? Scroll up. What is that? He is such a Okay, whatever. I don't know what that means, but he is such a like he just like has such like Ritz. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just
I literally told Molly before we started watching.
He's so funny, too.
I watched a 14-minute video of him eating snacks that compared...
Yeah, I did, too. So did I.
Scottish, right?
Yep.
And it was Scottish versus English snacks. And literally, this is how I realized I have an addiction to the internet. I'm like, why am I watching a 14-minute video of James McAvoy eating snacks?
Tonya, go home and or no, tonight, watch videos.
You know, you and me in bed together.
Yeah, watch videos. I will literally wake you up
You're
at
gonna be
2
like, bitch,
a.m.
and this one, and this one,
and
and
be
this
like,
one.
watch this video of James McAvoy.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
there's
I
so
won't
many.
mind
I
that.
watch him I watch videos of him all the time. Like, I love him so much.
Yeah.
So anyway, this movie he was in called Speak No Evil. It's actually a remake of a Danish movie, I believe.
That's ours.
What kind of movie? And it is a movie that just came out 2 years ago, but they already made a remake of it. But it was really good. It was James McAvoy plays like a total scary dude.
Yeah. Him and his wife, like I would highly recommend it. The thing is, don't go into it thinking it's like a horror film. It's not horror.
Yeah,
it's like
don't expect to be scared. It's just a thriller.
It's
intense.
it very
it's
much
intense.
Do you like scary movies?
Yes, I
You
love
do?
scary
Okay.
movies.
Do you, Tonya?
No. Sorry.
Well, we're going to haunted houses tomorrow. Shout
I
out
love
Busch
haunted.
Gardens.
You've been to many haunted house with me, hummy.
Yeah, that's right.
Hummy?
We
Are
all
you
went
gonna be
to-
scared?
Hummy? Question mark. Are you humming? Please come.
Well, I don't know.
Come, get your hair done and come out. Figure it out. Well, we're gonna go.
I'll figure it out.
And here's the thing. Yes, I like to drink, and then I like to participate in a haunted house. I like to partake.
If you
And I was
come
Let's
back
do.
again in
But
October, you
Molly-
should be a guest again.
Yeah.
Guess
I'd love
we'll
to,
make
I'd
this
love to,
reality
I'd love
TV.
to.
Guess you guys vote yes or no on Tonya.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Imagine
Yeah.
if we did
Yes
that.
or no. And if you vote no, I will guillotine myself, just so you guys know. Yeah,
On air.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. Live on air. I'll change the trajectory of everyone's lives. Yeah, for
yes,
sure.
yes.
For sure. But yeah. Wait. Yeah, you should.
So, anyways, I think Speak No Evil was very good. I would highly recommend it, but it's very much like, it reminds me of that Jane Austen meme where it's like, Jane Austen is funny because she knows the worst thing is having unexpected visitors at your house for longer than you want, and that is Speak No Evil.
So I said it's No Worries as a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're just like, no worries, like, that was the whole movie, was just a family being like, oh yeah, it's fine, like, no worries, like, that would be me.
She's weird and I'm dead. No, fuck. Well, she's dead and I'm weird.
Yeah, that's a quote that I said to
That Alexa
Tonya one
said,
time
and I wrote it down because I think it's fucking hilarious.
about how much I love Jane Austen.
She
Yeah.
goes, well, she's dead and I'm weird.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Well.
Well, anyways, go fuck off.
Love that.
Goodbye to all the moms.
What?
Sorry that
Moms?
There's moms that listen to this.
Cindy?
Shout out to
Probably.
Cindy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to the moms. And I'm
Hi,
sorry if we were
Cindy.
inappropriate at any point, but you know, we're having fun.
We're having fun. We're having a great
fun.
time. We're gonna have Tonya back.
Yeah.
Period. I
Tanya's
would love
eyes
to be
are
back.
alight with joy. More
I
than
would
I've
love
seen
to be
in a long-
back in a
Absolutely.
long time. Oh my god. Really? Is that what
Not a
you're
lot.
saying?
Like
Not a
just
long
like I could
time.
tell.
They're more alive than I've seen ever.
Like in a couple,
She's fucking alive on my goddamn podcast.
in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you can always come back. You don't live that far away. Come back anytime. You're always
Yeah.
welcome. And we'll always like have some drinks and have some fun. If you've made it this far, we are so glad.
Yeah, well, you better pop in, bitch. You better keep popping in.
Keep popping in.
Pop in, honey.
Follow us on Instagram at Poppin In Podcast. And also, please rate and review.
Rate
Hit
and
that
review.
follow. Hit that
Subscribe,
follow button.
unsubscribe, subscribe again.
Yes,
keep
ring
doing
that
it. Keep
bell.
doing it. Ring the
Welcome
bell.
to
5
Wall
stars, 5 stars, 5
Street.
stars.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. You can't
yes,
see
yes,
us,
yes,
but
yes.
Molly's like doing a dance to this.
We're all dancing.
We're
Please
fucking
keep bringing
vibing.
in. Ring in,
We've
ring
had
in, ring
a great
in.
time. You can't tell, but we've been recording for like 4 hours.
For literally 4 hours.
Because
Yes.
we love you
we
so
keep
much.
pausing, and
Pop in.
peeing, and
Yeah,
pausing,
we've been gossiping, we've been
and
yapping,
Popping
potting,
in.
and
Yeah.
popping.
Molly's gonna hate this when she listens to it tomorrow.
Oh,
Or
she's gonna
tomorrow,
love it.
the other
She's
day.
gonna love it.
Yeah,
she's gonna love it.
She's gonna
We're
love it.
all gonna love it.
We're all gonna love it. We're all friends. Thank you
We're
guys
popping
for
in.
listening. All together now. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Pie. I thought it was just my bad. Pie.
Okay.
Wait,
Ready?
wait.
Ready?
Bye.
Keep it.
Pop
Ready
in,
and-
pop in, pop in.
Ready and
Bye.